The following is a presentation of KBEK Sports, local sports.
With the goal on the shorthander.
A Q Media Group production.
Are you kidding me? This is ridiculous. I mean, he can't miss.
Local high school sports.
Oh, it's knocked out. Oh boy, 1-0.
Also available for free on the Nice 95.5 mobile app or on the Q Media Group YouTube stream.
And he's off to the races. 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. He's gone!
Now to bring you the call, here's Ethan Game Day Gilman.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to North Branch High School, where we're at North Branch football field for tonight's football game between the Vikings and the Rock Ridge Wolverines. I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman, and we're just about 36 minutes away from kickoff here at North Branch Field, where the Vikings host the Rock Ridge Wolverines. North Branch looking to keep their undefeated record intact, while the Wolverines looking for what would be a big upset win on the road. But both these teams, either way, looking for a huge win here tonight. It is a section game out of Section 7 4A, so both these teams looking to grab a section win as well. And I think we will have a moment, or a chance anyways, to get our A&W hometown handoff here in the here's the pitch pregame. Here's the pitch in North Branch is the area's premier batting cages. Here's the pitch in North Branch, actually just right in the Tanger Mall, so not too far away from where we're at right now. Here's the pitch in North Branch. Try and here's the pitch, or a A&W hometown handoff in just a moment with Adam Hefty, who is over in Chisago Lakes for that homecoming game between the Wildcats and the St. Anthony Huskies. See if we can't get a hometown handoff over there. But while we're waiting to see if we can't get a hometown handoff, well, we might get we might have to wait on that. But either way, here's the pitch pregame. The Wolverines coming in, having won last week over the Pine City Dragons. It was a messy game last Friday for the Wolverines. That was a tough one over there. Pine City, I thought played pretty well, but for Pine City, it was just a little bit, I don't want to say it was, I think the rain impacted what they were going to do there last Friday night. And I think Pine City had a chance to win that game had the conditions been maybe a little bit better, because Pine City was, was playing well, but they just couldn't get their offense going. And give credit to the Wolverines. They did a good job of making stops. But even when Pine City would get going, they'd have a penalty that would kind of set them back, and then they'd have a turnover that would kind of set them back as well. So just unfortunate for Pine City, because, man, you really wonder if they were able to get their offense going, would they have been able to go and kind of maybe win that game. It was a 20-0 game, so it wasn't anything crazy win-wise, but it was a win nonetheless for the Wolverines. So that is how the Wolverines come in here today. Of course, they come in sporting a 1-2 record after 3 games. Last week was their first win, scoring 19 points per game and giving up about 32 points per game. So trying to get themselves on track here this year, as again, the last couple of years have been kind of tough for them, but they kind of, I was talking with head coach Voss of the North Branch Vikings, and he was saying that, they seem to be getting better and better each game. So he was really impressed with what they were doing here the last couple of games. Of course, only 3 games, so small sample size, but last week having some success there against Pine City. They run a bunch of different formations. They run, they can run out of the Wildcat. They can run out of this or that. They do a lot of things. And this week it'll be interesting to see what they're able to do, especially with the rain. So I'll be interested to keep an eye on that. There is a good chance of rain, even a good chance of storms here this evening for tonight's game. So hopefully that all holds off and we're able to get this game in without any hiccups. As we go through this Here's the Pitch pregame show. Looks like we'll get a little bit of a hometown handoff there, an A&W. Hometown handoff, of course, brought to you by A&W in Pine City. They've got those root beer floats waiting for you, plus a juicy hamburger and those great fries that they got over there in A&W in Pine City. Over in Chisago Lakes, their game started early at 6 p.m., and that one currently all knotted up at zeros after 1 quarter. But here in our game, we're still getting ready. To get going on this game. Getting some things figured out here. Never fails that we've got something going on, and more times than not, it's me. It's on my end, so. But, clouds are rolling in. Looks like rain also might be rolling in here shortly, so hopefully I won't get too wet. But you know what? It's football weather. Got to get a little bit wet and muddy and stuff if you're playing football or even broadcasting it, believe it or not. Yeah, that is a rule. I looked at it up today. You do have to get a little bit wet and dirty at least. I know on turf field you can't really get muddy, but you get dirty a little bit, so I did look that up. So it is a rule. No, of course I'm kidding. But as we go forward here in the Here's the Pitch pregame, I tell you what, we're going to take a commercial break here on Nice 95.5 FM KBEK. And then after that break, we'll be back and hear an interview with the North Branch Vikings head coach Justin Voss and hear what he has to say about last week's game and coming up here tonight. So a word from our fine sponsors, then we'll get to that interview with head coach Justin Voss.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Are you ready to get back to doing what you love? Whether it's recovering from an injury or preventing one, Wellia Health Sports Medicine Team is here to help. From kids to adults, we specialize in treating sports injuries, including concussions. We're here to get you back to peak performance. Call us today at 320-679-1313 or schedule an appointment through MyChart. Visit welliahealth.org.
How do you want to be celebrated? A church service, a celebration of life in a chapel, maybe even cremation with an outdoor gathering. Many of these things can be taken care of ahead of time and can be affordable. Methvin Funeral and Cremation has the resources and expertise to help you plan ahead. Learn how you can make the decisions now that will make things easier for your family in the future. Methvin Funeral and Cremation in Mora, Hinckley, Isle, and Sandstone, or find them online at methvinfuneralhome.com.
Your journey to a smile you'll love forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Lightforce braces or Invisalign clear aligners. With locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics. A smile you'll embrace forever.
At Burnett Dairy Cooperative, we're more than just your local dairy. We're also a trusted propane provider, serving homes, farms, and businesses across northwestern Wisconsin and east central Minnesota. Whether you need a tank installed or reliable delivery, We're here for you 365 days a year with flexible options that fit your needs. As a farmer-owned cooperative, we're committed to supporting our community because your home and farm deserve the best. Call 715-689-1032 to learn more. Burnett Dairy Propane, serving you with pride every day of the year.
Pizza Pub in Pine City has a pizza and salad buffet on Fridays.
Not the right vibe. Trav and the gang at Pizza Pub are a little hipper. Here we go. Take 2.
Start off your weekend right with the Friday Pizza Buffet at Pizza Pub. From 11 to 1, pile your plate high with all-you-can-eat pizza for just $12, or upgrade to pizza and salad buffet for only $16. And they're now open Friday and Saturday 11 to 11 and Sunday 11 to 10. Pizza Pub, serving fresh pizza every day of the week. Come stop in.
Pizza Pub of Pine City. October is Minnesota Manufacturing Month. The Central Minnesota Manufacturers Association wants to say thank you to all the manufacturing employees and companies. Without you, we would not have a lot of the products we enjoy using every day. Join us at one of our tours of area manufacturers. Tours available this year will be held at Felling Trailers, Brenny Transportation, and New Flyer. Tours feature both in-person and private tours. Learn how to register or attend at cmmaworks.org. That's cmmaworks.org. This message is brought to you by the Central Minnesota Manufacturers Association and bronze sponsors Falcon National Bank, DeZurich, KCED, Meadowcraft, Manufacturers Alliance, and the Minnesota Department of Labor and Industry. More information available at cmmaworks.org.
Ethan Game Day Gilman here, and I'm now joined by the North Branch football head coach, Coach Voss. Thanks so much for joining me.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Ethan. Appreciate it.
Your team now 3-0 after your most recent win this past Friday over Cloquet. Just give us a look at that game and your impressions from it.
Yeah, I think we started off at a really good pace, which is awesome. Our guys are started off strong, which we always want that. Every coach wants that, of course. It just shows the focus where they're at. So we started off strong, which was great. And then that second quarter kind of hit, and Cloquet, I'm sure, made some really good adjustments. They're well coached. Then we kind of stalled a little bit there, and it got to be a pretty close game at halftime. And really the big message after that was not X's and O's. There wasn't a lot of adjustments that need to be made. It really came down to our guys playing with confidence. And I think we talked about this too, Ethan, in the past. We have just new guys in new spots. Guys that never started before, stepping into roles, and it's only week 3, so the season, technically, even though it's almost halfway done, it's still kind of young yet. So we just talked about being confident with the position you're at and your responsibilities and your execution of the play or whatever it is. So we talked a lot about that at halftime. And I was so proud of how our guys came out that second half and had a different energy about them. And when things didn't go well, which we had our mistakes in the second half, certainly, it didn't seem to rattle them, or they just remained kind of focused on that task at hand. So I was really proud of how our guys responded. And Cloquet is a good football team, so we'll take that win for sure. But again, really proud of our guys, how they responded that second half, and a little more confidence there and a little more resilience. And those are things that are really important for us to continue to build on. The X's and O's are so important, certainly, but those other intangibles, those are things that really make a team special. And I love that our guys kind of rose to the occasion and took those pieces on and did a nice job in the second half with that.
And looking at Friday night, it was a little bit of a rainy night for everybody, but turnover-wise, I wasn't unfortunately able to go back and watch, but turnover-wise, how did that go for your team, takeaways and turnovers?
Yeah, there was no turnovers on either team, and I think that is, that's incredible just because it was wet. And it wasn't necessarily raining as the game kind of went along. It kind of stopped there, but the turf was certainly wet. My kids were, at the end of the game, were rolling around on the turf, and they were stopping wet as they jumped into a pool. So it was wet, but the nice thing is, as a coach, you're like, oh my gosh, that's incredible, to play with the wet football and not have that thing slip around and slide out, or as you're throwing the ball and not have it slip out of the hand. That was awesome. So it was great to have committed no turnovers. Now, we'd love to have turned Cloquet over a couple times just because that really adds to an advantage of a team if you can turn a team over. But from a turnover standpoint, a really clean game for both teams.
Looking at last week as well, there were a couple of plays that looked like you guys were able to break off some big chunk plays. What was that like to see your offense be able to do that?
Yeah, I think anytime you get big plays, another kind of a key indicator of how successful a team will be on game day. So for us to have some big plays, that adds to our ability to kind of put our check in the box of putting ourselves at a good chance to be successful. And when I think about big plays, it really comes down to small things happening. It might be for us, we have some deception. Is how goes our deception on that play that allowed the person with the ball to have a few less guys trying to tackle him? Or how good was our downfield blocking? Or how good was our blocking from our halfbacks? So all those things, those small things, really play an important part for us in making sure we develop big plays and kind of create big plays. And certainly the running backs are part of it. When we talk offense, it's not so much the running back that creates that big play. It's all the guys around. If they do everything right, that running back will naturally get some big plays. We had some of those. And I just think kudos for our offensive line for doing those small things, and for our tight ends. They're often upfield, making those blocks on those safety levels, which allow for big plays to happen. And I think most importantly, our deception is really important. When our guys start believing that deception and the importance of it and what it does for us, then it opens up some alleys and lanes for our guys to run through. So it was so fun to see that, and we highlighted it in film this week on Monday, and just want to make sure we give those guys the love, because they weren't getting any numbers on their stat sheet, but what they did was really important to allow for the guy next to him to get some big yards and some big plays.
The style of offense that you guys run, there's a lot of working pieces in the backfield, a lot of things that have to come together kind of just perfectly for those things to happen. I wanted to dive in a little deeper on that, because I know the fakes has been a big part of this offense. And how one, tough is it for these new guys in these positions to kind of get that down and understand how important it is? But two, how have they progressed with that so far this season?
Yeah, I think it's almost every year it feels it's kind of the same course that goes through that. They understand the importance of it, but without playing a game, they don't see the importance of it. They agree they're important, that's good, but seeing it is really valuable. So I always feel like week 1 and week 2, our deception is a little bit, it's not at the effort we want it to be, or not as precise as we want it to be. And we watch film, and they can see it too. They're like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize my fake was like that, or those sort of things. They kind of catch themselves. And as we kind of go into the year 3, 4, 5, and they start seeing the importance of it on film, they can see what happens when they have a good fake, that they pull, our quarterback pulled 3, 4 guys. Like, that's incredible. That takes 3, 4 guys out of the picture. So I think every year it's the same kind of progression, and it's great for our guys to get a visual, because visually they can see then, when I do this, boy, great things can happen for my buddy next to me, and I think that's really important. And every day at practice we work on that. That's just it's like as important as as a team's passing routes. We don't really pass the ball very much, but I think for us our deception is as important as making sure those passing routes for our teams are crisp. For us, it's our fakes, and we really make sure it's a point of emphasis because of how important it is. And when guys start believing it, and guys start committing to it and see the value of it, boy, it really becomes a great asset for us. So we're really thankful that we've seen some progress here. We have a long ways to go. It's kind of like building a habit. It's hard that every play that you don't get the ball, you're still doing some sort of action that provides some deception. So it's got to develop a habit. But our hope is by middle to late end of season, the habit has been developed, and it becomes something that we consistently do.
Going back to the offensive line, again, with the motions and some of the things and the deception that can happen in the backfield, those offensive line have to sometimes block and then sometimes focus on the next level. So, how tough is that for guys who are maybe new to the position this year, or maybe not so much new, but new to the varsity level at it? How tough is that for them to kind of understand, okay, you got to hold this block for a little while and then get to the next level, and make to the next level too soon, or, try not to hold it in the same breath?
Yep, no, that's so true. The offensive line is, I think, such a challenging position to be in as a player, because so much that relies upon you making sure that you're communicating well, that you know how to execute the play, that you know the importance of pad level and keeping your feet going, and where those players are coming from on defense, like where should be working off to for a linebacker. So much going on there. And for our guys, on the offensive line, we ask a lot from them. Communication is key. And when we can communicate things, we're all on the same page, things go well. And every week I feel like we have little things we're still trying to fix, like this has to be changed here, this got to get changed here, our focus needs to be this. So there's never this, like, relief, I feel like, for our offensive line. And we highlight the things we do well, too, like, you guys are, this is great. This week we had awesome pad level. Look at our foot driving. And those are important things. Our combo blocks were great this week. We highlight those things. And then there's always something else we improve upon. Just because if we know this group here, if we're going to have success on the offensive side of the ball, they have to be crisp. They have to have full understanding of what we're doing, and they have to make sure they limit some of those mental mistakes to just a few a game as opposed to, you don't want to see a lot of them, of course, but, so there's a lot we put on those guys, and I love how we're progressing there. We have some new guys kind of shuffling in and out, and that leads to some, sometimes miscommunication at times, but I love how we're progressing. I like how we're playing on the offensive line. And when we're locked in and we feel confident with what we're doing, I think that our offensive line puts us in a really great spot to be successful on offense.
Now, we've touched on the offense. We're going to talk about defense because a lot of times defense can win championships. And sometimes in those rainy games, defense is more important than people think. But
Yeah.
your defense so far this season has done a really good job, only allowing 26 points. But talk about the intricacies of the defense, because there's a lot that they got to pay attention to, especially with some of the offenses that you see. You see a variety of different formations for the run, but also some teams that are willing to throw the ball, a few more times in a game. So talk about your defense and the job they've done and the improvement that they've made from just game one.
Defense is I think every coach would say this, and it's become cliche because everybody says it. The defense is how you extend yourself into the season. If your defense is strong, you can extend yourself into that season. If offense is strong, that's great. We might find another offensive team that's strong offense, and then all of a sudden they just score a few more points than you do. So I think defense is how you extend yourself into the season. And we put a lot of emphasis on that. We try our darndest to make sure our guys are prepared. There's so many different looks that we can get as a defense that we're trying our best to make things as simple as possible. So the formations we're in, the coverages we're in, we're hoping that whatever formation they throw at us, we feel like our guys are still in a good spot to be successful. And that comes down to our coaches doing a really good job, I feel like, of watching film, understanding our opponent, and then brainstorming what are ways that we can put our guys in good spots to be successful this week. And then at practice, making sure we're planned well enough so that the things we're hoping to focus on, we can kind of put into fruition at practice, so we're getting good reps there and we're getting more familiar with what our opposing team does, and that leads to obviously Friday. So I think coaches start us off. That has to be key for us to make sure we have pinpoint our focus for that week. And then players, big thing for them is when we get chances, opportunities in practice to rep out what we're doing defensively, we take advantage of those reps. We ask questions. We understand overall what the team's doing. And also, we try to break it down, too, is what's their top stuff they're going to give us? And how can we try to take those top plays away and be aware of their top plays so our guys understand what's going to happen, and then try to have them go to something else. So there's a lot that goes into it. I'm very proud of the work that our defense has done this year. They did a nice job. Cloquet got a couple of big plays on us, which we have to limit those because those kind of tear you apart defensively. So we got to come back versus Rockridge this week and fix those big plays, and we're excited for the opportunity to do so. But I think overall we just try to keep things as simplistic as possible, get our guys moving fast, and be aggressive, and hopefully in doing so we put ourselves in a good spot to be successful on defense.
And speaking of Rockridge, you welcome them in this Friday. Now, I had the chance to watch them this past Friday and see their offense, and runs kind of out of the gun primarily, and they do run and throw the ball. But they also have the ability to kind of go out of this kind of wildcat formation with one of their receivers who can run the ball. So, I mean, looking at your defense for this Friday, is it going to be more about maybe consistency or being disciplined in staying in their spots, or is it just kind of being both throughout the entire season?
Yeah, well, that was a crazy game, too. I think it was that Pine City game. My goodness, that was rainy, and that field got torn to mush. And yet, Rockridge stayed consistent with what they do. Think of all that rain and the field conditions. They still stayed in shotgun, and they ran their stuff. And kudos to them, they did a great job. They're a tough football team. There's no doubt about they're getting better each week. I can see that as I watch film from that first game to this game. There's this big improvement. I think a big thing for them, they have multiple formations. They'll go into more of a run-heavy formation under the center, then they'll back up and go to trips. There's, just they kind of can go back and forth. I think one key for us is knowing who are their go-to players. And they have some good ones. Their running back, number 6, I'm not sure his name, he is a physical back. He's at a lightning speed, but, boy, you better get 3, 4, 5 guys to take him down because he's just a physical back. Their quarterback, big, tall, lengthy guy, those are really good ball. They have to run as well, so being aware that he's a dual threat, he can throw and he can run, that adds some challenges there. They got some good skill guys as receivers. So I think for us, part of this week has been talking about who are their top players and what can we do to make sure we limit those touches or get guys on their top players so they're not getting a chance to make big plays. So I think that's kind of our big focus this week. And then the other focus is looking at the variety of formations they have. What's our best defense we can put at those variety of formations? So again, we keep things simplistic and put guys in good spots to be successful. So I'm excited for this game. Rockers is a tough football team. They play us tough the last handful of years. So I'm really excited to see the progress we make on the things we've talked about, especially defensively, limit those big plays, and see if we can't get some guys on their top players so that they go somewhere else with the ball.
Obviously, another section game for you guys as well, so that makes it even more important. But looking at kind of drive one, despite anything weather-wise, it looks like it might rain again. But drive one, I always like to talk about that because I think sometimes that can kind of set the tone for a game. But what would you like to see from your team drive one, whether it be offense or defensively?
Yeah, I would say for the offensive perspective, I would love to see us have this long, sustaining drive, or we're going down 10 plays, 12 plays, and we go and score. And we'll take the big plays. There's no doubt. If it happens in the third play, a big play for touchdown, great, we'll take it. I just think there's something to say about a team that can move down the field with 10, 12 plays, not make mistakes that puts them in a hole or turn the ball over. I think that just sets a really solid tone of the focus of our team, the discipline of our team. And I think when we have those long drives like we've had in the past and we've had this year too, I think it's a kind of a statement of where we're at for this game. And so I love those 10, 12 play drives. I think that's the best way to start off offensively. So hopefully we have a chance to do that. And then defensively, I think it comes down to no miscues. We study their formations. We know the top plays in their formation. Now let's not put ourselves in a misalignment where a big play occurs. Or let's not have ourselves miscommunicate on a coverage, wherever it is, and have a big play occur. I think that's what they might still drive down and get some, move the ball a little bit, and that's okay. I mean, that's part of football. I just want to make sure that there's no miscues because that just shows that we're all locked in and we understood the game plan and we've prepared our guys well enough to make sure they're solid with that. So those are two things that I look for. And if we can do those things, I feel really solid about where we're at. So I'm excited to see. Hopefully we can do those things versus a tough Rockridge team tomorrow.
Coach, that's all that I have for you here today. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, that's all. Thanks so much. I appreciate the time, Ethan.
Here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch in North Branch, the area's premier indoor batting cages and training facility. Coaches, when you need space that's air-conditioned or heating with enough room to get in some team training, book Here's the Pitch. Fixing swings, catchers using the state-of-the-art machines, breaking in bats, whatever the team needs to dominate next season. Let Here's the Pitch elevate their game. Here's the Pitch in the North Branch Outlet Mall.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM KBEK in the Here's the Pitch pregame. We're just about getting set for kickoff here on KBEK. North Branch and the Rockridge Wolverines going at it. The clouds getting darker as they roll in. And the rain has, just about begun. It is a big old cloud coming our way with some rain in it. So about to get a little bit wet, but hey, why not? It is still fall. It is still decently warm. It's not super cold, so it's not too bad out just yet until, the rain picks up, of course. But for now, it is still nice and decent out. And the North Branch Vikings about to be introduced. They're about to storm the field, so to speak. Rockridge is already over there on the sideline ready to get going as we are just about set for this football game between the Vikings of North Branch and the Wolverines of Rockridge. Vikings 3-0 on the season, won their first 3 games. their first one against Two Harbors, and Coach Voss got to go back where it all started, kind of, and it was nice for him. He said it was nice, but of course he had business to take care of first, but it was nice for him to be able to go back there. And then they won their second game against Hibbing, and then their last one against, of course, now I forget who they played last week, but they won last week as well as they hosted Cloquet. There we go. They hosted Cloquet last week and won 30-16, so pretty darn good game for them as we get ready for the Kettle River Pizza kickoff. But we are going to get our national anthem and then our starting lineups, and then we'll be back after another word from our fine sponsors here on Nice 95.5 FM. So stay tuned. After this commercial break, we will be back with Kettle River Pizza kickoff here on Nice 95.5 KBEK.
When it comes to yours or your loved one's end-of-life celebration, there are many options. Find guidance from the professionals at Methvin Funeral and Cremation Services. Church services, celebration of life services at one of their chapels, a ceremony in a park, or even cremation. Methvin has the resources to facilitate everything from start to finish. Methvin Funeral and Cremation in Mora, Hinckley, Sandstone, and Isle, or find them online at methvinfuneralhome.com, serving our community since 1912.
Hey, Mark, I spent about $3,500 on heating this last winter.
Whoa, sounds like you need to switch to a central boiler outdoor wood furnace, like I did.
A wood furnace? That sounds like a lot of work.
No, not really. I have my wood delivered, and with a large firebox and a central boiler outdoor furnace, I usually just fill it once a day.
Whoa, that sounds great.
I heat my domestic water, garage, and I'm saving a ton of money every year.
Well, where do I get one?
Northland Boiler Sales is your local central boiler sales dealer. Visit northlandboilersales.com.
A jewelry store. Nada.
Then it's a thrift store?
Nada. A pawn shop. Nada. Another Man's Treasure is not a lot of things. What it is a place to find gently used power tools, hand tools, tires, fishing and hunting gear, motocross gear, and a ton of other cool stuff. Stop by and sell your gently used items, or buy something at a fraction of the price of buying it new. Another Man's Treasure in Becker, Princeton, East Bethel, Rice Lake, Wisconsin, or North Branch. Or visit Another Man's Treasure on Facebook and see what came in today.
Hi, I'm Samantha.
I'm Ebony. I'm Megan.
And I'm Alicia.
Together, we're dapper and divine. Whether you're looking for bold color,
fresh cuts, or laid-back vibes,
we're all about hair that feels like you.
At Dapper and Divine, we want you to leave our salon feeling confident,
fun, and effortlessly gorgeous.
Dapper and Divine on the corner of Main Street, Pine City, across from the Bottle Shop. Right now, get $2 off your kid's haircut till the end of September. You know, back to school time at Dapper and Divine.
Finding that missing shin guard, remembering whether it's a home or away game, getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things, like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref!
That's simple human sense.
Your local auto owner's agent is Pine Insurance Agency. Visit them at pineagency.us today. pineagency.us.
The mushroom melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden French fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W root beer freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
Kettle River Pizza is a proud supporter of sports teams and community organizations. Local groups and teams across the state have had amazing success with Kettle River Pizza fundraising. From sausage and pepperoni to chicken Alfredo or the hot Hawaiian, the cheesy deliciousness practically sells itself. Visit KettleRiverPizza.com to schedule your next fundraiser. It's so easy to get started. Got a pizza craving now? Pick up a Kettle River Pizza at your local grocery store or convenience store today.
Are you tired of spending your weekends on yard work? Central Outdoor Services in Pine City is your complete solution for all things outdoors. From perfectly manicured lawns to stunning landscaping and patio installations, we've got you covered. Need a boulder wall, some light dirt work, a fire pit, or even reliable snow removal in the winter? We do that too. Central Outdoor Services is here to give you back your free time so you can enjoy your yard instead of working on it. Visit centraloutdoormn.com to learn more or give us a call today.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM, KBEK, just about ready for kickoff here in North Branch. The Rockridge Wolverines going to be announced as a team, and then we'll get the North Branch Vikings starting lineup. It is USA theme for the student section here tonight. Homecoming not tonight. No, they're not going to do it during this 3-game home stretch. They're going to save it for a special night, and that's against Grand Rapids. Why not? You got to love that. Getting your homecoming game against Grand Rapids, that's going to be a fun game. Paul Jackson will be one of the running backs tonight for the North Branch Vikings. So we get ready. The rain, it's not too bad. It's raining, but it's not terrible. So this rain is, I think, supposed to stick around for, a good chunk of tonight. So, and we'll try and keep everything we can dry because, I only got one set of equipment, so. And it's not too bad out still. It's still actually pretty decently warm out for tonight's game. I threw on the jacket because, I don't want to get my equipment wet, and if I'm dry, then the equipment's dry. So I feel like I'm going up under a hood. I got my own little replay booth, if you remember those from just a couple of years ago in the NFL, where they'd go up under the hood and check on the replay for a challenge or a replay that they'd look at it. Not to say that I feel pretty cool, so. As we get the defense introduced for the North Branch Vikings. Whenever I'm here calling a game, it's so tough not to say Minnesota Vikings. Why, I don't know. They're two different colors, different logos, different feels, but it's just, Vikings, the name, So it definitely is a little bit tough sometimes. But we are getting ready for our Kettle River Pizza kickoff. Kettle River Pizza has easy fundraising option for you and your crew. Be sure to head to Kettle River Pizza and find out more. Rain's starting to pick up just a little bit, but again, still not too bad. But hey, the players out there are going to deal with the rain for a second consecutive week. And you know what? I don't think they care too much. I just think they are ready to play in another football game in this great country that we live in, United States. That's right, the United States of America, in this great state of Minnesota. Oh, I'm not sure if we introduce the defense because they'll be kicking off, or if they deferred and they'll be kicking off, which that's the same thing, Ethan. Get it together. Game 4 of the year and still don't got it all together. Still struggling up here, but I'll get it eventually. No, it will be Rockridge who will be kicking off to start the game. So that means Rockridge will receive the second half Kettle River Pizza kickoff. Kicking off for them is Jacob Coombe. He was an integral part of them getting the win last week. They were only up, 6-0 at half over Pine City. And then in the second half, he was really kind of the main reason why they scored 14 more points to get the win there over Pine City. Again, in my opinion, I thought Pine City could have won that game. Maybe even should have, but either way. So here we are, the Kettle River Pizza kickoff coming up, and waiting for the whistle. Still waiting, and here's the boot. It's going to be a short kick taken in at the 31, 32-yard line. That's where he gets it on his knees. He was kneeling down when he got it in. Just to be extra careful, I like that. So just to be extra safe. Starting tonight for the offense, it will be Paul Jackson as the tight end. Your offensive lineman, Brody Laffin, Vinny Dufek, Austin Buring, Aiden Anderson, Jackson Schlegel, and then another tight end, Jacob Knospel. Then your running backs, Logan Rain, Nolan Barr, Matt Phillips, and quarterback Ethan Thorson. Have to make sure not to get him confused with myself. So here they come to the line of scrimmage. They'll line up in that North Branch Power T formation. Thorson under center. Thorson will take the snap. Yep, we got a flag. That was on North Branch today. One of the running backs twitched, and that'll be false start. So the first penalty of the game is a false start. And that'll back him up. It was on Nolan Barr they called it on. So 1st and 15 instead of 1st and 10. Back to the line of scrimmage. He'll get it up the middle. He's got some room to run, holding on to the ball. Nice job, Logan Rain, getting up to about the 36-yard line. And Logan Rain, gain of 7 for Rain. And it's 2nd down and 8. Power T formation for the North Branch Vikings. Thorson under center. He'll take the snap, and he'll give it back up to Rain. Rain's got some room to run to the 45-50, 45-40, and then he's wrapped up inside Rockridge territory at about the 37-yard line. Big gain there for North Branch. 28 yards on the carry for Logan Rain. He was our Pine Insurance Player of the Game last week here in North Branch when they took on Cloquet. So 28 yards there for Logan Rain. And it'll be 1st down and 10 inside Rockridge territory in 2 plays. This time the give up the middle, nowhere to go for the running back that time, Matt Phillips. But we do got a flag down. I'm guessing this will be holding. So it is a holding call there, and they got it on Aiden Anderson. So that'll set them back a good chunk. In fact, let's see, where do they spot it? Should be at the, 30 or 46, 47? And that's where they do spot it. So it's a 10-yard penalty, obviously, on the holding. It will still be 1st down for North Branch, but a much less manageable now 1st down. 1st and 20 for the Vikings of North Branch. Ethan Thorson back under center. Takes the snap, and we got another flag. And now is this going to be offsides on Rockridge? It will be. So their first penalty is an offsides penalty. So North Branch gets 5 of those yards back on the 10-yard holding penalty. And it's 1st and 15. So from 1st and 10 to 1st and 20 to 1st and 15. Thorson and company back under center, the power T formation. He takes the snap. He hands it off the left side. He's got some room to run. Breaks off of one, then slips forward to the he falls at about the 32 that time. Ball carrier that time was number 11. And number 11 is Logan Hamill. So Logan Hamill picks up 9. Hamill for 9. Thorson under center, takes the snap, and give his up the middle that time. And he gets it to the 28. For a gain of 5, it'll be 3rd and 1. And on the carry was 17, Matt Phillips. Gain of 5. 3rd down and 1. Thorson back under center. Takes a snap. It'll be a give back to Logan Rain. Rain's got some room, breaks off a tackle at the 20. Still dragging a defender towards the 15, and that is where he is stopped. 13 yards for Logan Rain. 13 yards for Logan Rain. A new set of downs for North Branch inside the Rush City Auto red zone. They've got two locations. One is in North Branch here, just with a different name. Got carry here. No gain for Rain. And it's now 2nd and 10. Give here. Up the middle. For Phillips. And he picks up 2. 3rd down and 8 now for the North Branch Vikings. And I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to keep the equipment as dry as I possibly can. Might wind up putting it under the table I got here. So 3rd down and 8, Thorson back under center. He'll take the snap, and he'll look to throw. Looking to his right, got a man wide open in the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings! So a touchdown catch that time for Logan Hamill. We're about 13 yards out. Thirteen-yard touchdown reception for Hamill. Puts the Vikings on the board first. They're going to go for 2. Ethan Thorson has it, and he has Knoxville in the end zone for the 2-point conversion. So the Vikings now lead 8-0 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard here in the first quarter. Try and keep my equipment dry. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. You hear some silence. That is me trying to just keep the equipment dry. Doing the best I can to do so. We're trying our best here. 8-0 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. North Branch with the lead. 6:47 to go in the first quarter. Here in North Branch. And the Vikings will get set to kick it away. Here's the boot. It'll be a high kick, and it will bounce at the 30 to the 25. It's still rolling, and then it's picked up by Rockridge. And the Vikings are there. Absolutely swarmed him at about the 23, and that's where the Rockridge offense will take over. Apologize if I get super loud in your ear. Trying to fix my equipment here so that we don't get wet. I'm trying anyways. There we go. Should be good now. Should. We'll wait and see. Wait and see how wet everything is after we're done here tonight. So here comes the Rockridge offense in that gun formation, 2 receivers on each side. Kroom will take the snap, or excuse me, Toman will take the snap. He tosses it out wide right, and he gets past the 25, does the running back up to about the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 5. For, is that number 4? I think that's who I saw on the carry. Number 4 is Logan Brimmer. Coombe in motion, and that's who the give is to off the right side of the line. A jet sweep, but he is absolutely crushed after a gain of maybe 1. Yeah, it looks like gain of 1 maybe there for Coombe. And it's 3rd down and short. Third and short here for Rockridge. The quarterback, Toman, lost the snap. It's a fumble. He picks it up, and then he drives forward to about the 30 for a gain of 2, but there's a flag down in the backfield. It'd be a gain of 2 depending on the penalty. Waiting the call. It's going to be holding. Oh, they're going to decline it. So the Vikings will decline the penalty. A little bit interesting. But it is 4th, so... But I say interesting because, Rockridge last week did go for it a few times on 4th and short. That was a gain of 2 for the quarterback, Toman, after the fumbled snap. Got a man on late for Rockridge. Back to return is going to be Bo Pedersen, I believe. Here's the snap and the boot from Coombe. That's a good-looking punt. Pedersen takes it in at the 30, has to back up a couple, and now to the 35. Gets past 1 and still holding a defender up to about the 37, 8-yard line. Decent return there for Pedersen. So the Vikings take over on offense. Defense did its job. It'll be 1st down and 10. Vikings at their own, 38-yard line, looks like. Looks like where the referee is standing. All right, there's a little gap in the clouds there, so I'm hoping we might be able to get a little bit of a break. Meanwhile, Thorson back on our center power T formation for the Vikings. He'll hand it off, and that is Rain, that's 28. And 28 is Elijah. Gain of 2 there for him. Second down and 8. Thorson will take the snap, and he'll keep it himself to the 40, 45. Got a man out in front, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, and that's where he's pushed out of bounds. Thorson with a big run. And they will push him out at the 25-yard line. 35-yard run there for Ethan Thorson. on the gallop. Great fake by the running backs in the backfield to spring him loose. And then a great job by the offensive lineman getting out in front and making the blocks downfield. A couple substitutions here. They've got not a lot of time on that play clock. 6, 5, 4, 3, and timeout's going to be called here by North Branch. So North Branch, with the play clock running down, they decide, hey, let's preserve a penalty here and not take a loss after we just got that big gain from Thorson. So timeout. North Branch will keep it here. 3:54 to go in the first quarter here at North Branch football field. You know, despite the rain, we still got a packed crowd. It looks to me like it's full. So a full crowd here tonight for North Branch. Again, despite the rain. Love to see that. Love to see the support for the teams. Rockridge, obviously the drive down, not close. I think it's, over 2 hours to Virginia from Pine City. So to down to North Branch, probably about 2.5, close to 3 for the Wolverines to make their trip down here. Not at all easy. So back out of the timeout, both teams on the field. And the Vikings break the huddle and make their way to the line of scrimmage. And a helmet has come off as Logan Rain, a quick carry up to the 15, a gain of 10. It'll be a new set of downs, it looks like. And that will put them back inside the Rush City Auto red zone. Rush City Auto in Rush City. They also have, like I said, another location here in North Branch. So a quick 10-yard burst there from Rain. Sets the Vikings up with first down and 10 from the Wolverines' 15-yard line. Thorson back under center, power T formation. He'll give back to Rain. Rain has a wide open lane up the middle, cuts it up, and he is shaken down at the 1. 14 yards for Logan Rain, and he's a yard out. Oh, erase it. Erase the big run there for Logan Rain because of a holding call on North Branch. So holding is the call against North Branch, and, well, that will push them back, depending on where the holding was. Looks like right at the line of scrimmage. So the ball's back at the 25-yard line, now out of the Rush City Auto red zone. Stay tuned at halftime. We'll have a special interview. Thorson back under center. He takes the snap, gives to Rain again. Rain trying to be patient, trying to find some room. He does. He gets by 1, and then he is tackled by 2 Wolverine defenders at the 21-yard line. So it'll be a gain of 4. Second down now and 16 for the Vikings. Ball in Wolverine territory, just outside the Rush City Auto red zone. Rain isn't coming down as much as it was before. It's actually kind of lighting up. But still raining. Not too bad, though. Not too bad. It's bearable now. Thorson checking on the defense. Now under center with 3 seconds to go. Takes the snap. He'll give it back here. Now Hamill on the carry. Hamill makes a man miss at the 10. He is into the end zone. Oh, he lost it. No, they're going to say he was in. Hamill. Ooh-wee, that was close. A 21-yard touchdown run for Logan Hamill, but as he went to extend the ball, he lost it. But they say that he extended the ball, and it got over the plane of the goal line in time before it came out. Otherwise, that was close. That could have been a touchback. Logan Hamill with a 21-yard touchdown run. And they will again line up to go for two. They lead 14-0 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. He'll give it up the middle. Hamill, he'll take it in for two. Why not? So Hamill will take it up and get the 2 points. It is 16-0. North Branch leads the Rockridge Wolverines on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics, 3 locations, Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge. So we'll get set for a kickoff coming up here. The Vikings have, so far here in the first quarter, had their way. And in talking with head coach Voss, you may have heard the interview in the pregame. If not, you can stay tuned to our websites on Monday. We'll have that up there. Or you can just rewind this on the YouTube and listen back to it. But in that interview with Justin Voss, in the last couple interviews, actually, he had mentioned how, the first quarter was good. It was great. The first quarter was great. But then the second quarter has kind of seemed to be their bugaboo, so to speak, where the second quarter has just not gone their way so far this year. So with 2:01 left in the first, my interest now turns to the second quarter to see what the Vikings can do and see if they can't continue their success so far. We are looking for a game ball to give to the kicker. They finally get it out there. A little bit of confusion there for the Vikings, but they wind up getting it out there to the kicker, Jacob Edmonds. No, that is not Jacob Edmonds. I apologize. That is someone different. That is number 12. I'll try and get that number for you. Number 12 is, Jacob Edmonds. Okay, so he wears both. So Edmonds is the kicker. Jacob Edmonds with the boot. It'll be more of a squib kick on the ground. It gets by 2 Rockridge players all the way back to the 21. But here's a good return up to the 30, to the 35, and then he is taken down by a host of Viking players at the 36-yard line. A good return there for Rockridge, and they'll set up in decent starting field position. Well, it may have rolled a couple of times and through a couple of hands, but well, it almost worked out. The sprinklers on behind us. Don't think you need those. Not right now, anyways. So the Wolverines will start on their own 36-yard line. And it will be Coombe in the Wildcat. Toman will not be the quarterback. It'll be Coombe. Coombe will take the snap, and he'll throw it over the middle. It is caught, and it'll be taken down past the 50 into Vikings territory. Coombe with the connection there to his receiver, number 3, Billy Coombe. The Coombe-to-Coombe connection. $16-yard connection there from Coombe to Coombe. And Coombe's still back there as the quarterback. He'll roll out to his right, and they're not going to get him for PI. I know that. Oh no, that was just good coverage out there by Hamill. Yep, they are. That's in my opinion, not a good call. And there it'll be 15. Yeah, I don't. That's too close to call PI in my opinion. I think you got to let him play, especially when it's that close. I mean, that was a good play. I thought, anyways. Well, now the ball will be spotted at the North Branch's, 37-yard line. Coombe will take the snap. He'll roll out to his right. He's going to dunk it underneath to his intended receiver, but it is incomplete there for Jeremiah Rayton. So Rayton the intended receiver. It's incomplete there for Jacob Coombe. Again, Frank Toman, the starting quarterback, not out there, hoping that he's okay. Now, the last thing I want in a football game is anybody to get hurt. That's the last thing we want to see. But it is still Coombe out there. Coombe in the gun, nobody in the backfield. He'll send a man in motion now right to left. He'll fake it. Oh, the ball is on the ground. Coombe still hasn't picked it up. Ball is still up for grabs and still up for grabs. Oh, my goodness gracious. Vikings couldn't fall, and it looks like Rockridge is going to hop on top of it. All the way back, though, at the 43-yard line. Loss of 11 on that fumbled snap. So the fumbled snap pushes them back to the, they're going to spot at the 44. So third, and long for Rockridge. A third and extra long. They'll line up, trips left, receiver out wide right, running back to the right of Coombe. Coombe will take the snap. He's going to pop pass. It's a throw that is deep, and it is knocked away. Great defense there by the defender. That is 31, Bo Pedersen. Bo Pedersen on the coverage there for North Branch. Great job knocking that one away, and that brings up fourth down. 16 seconds to go in the first quarter. That was a good throw, though, by Coombe. Coombe pretty accurate on that throw despite all this rain. And we kind of seen that last week. He subbed into the game in the second half as the quarterback. He was the quarterback for the rest of the second half. And, well, he did a really good job of capitalizing on his opportunities at quarterback. And, again, he was a big reason why they got the win there last week over Pine City. Looks like they will line up to punt. Coombe is back to boot this one away. Pedersen standing back inside the 10. And Coombe with the punt. Again, another good punt. Just let this one roll. Pedersen, he's going to take it in at about the 13-yard line. He's got some room to the 20, to the 30, to the 35, to the 40, to the 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. He is gone! Touchdown, Bo Pedersen! Flag down. Oh, no, it's coming all the way back. Oh, and he just seen the flag. This is more than likely a blindside block, and it is coming all the way back. Oh, no. Well, and most importantly, and unfortunately, we have a player down. That is number 18, Rory Scuffy. Scuffy is down. Ah, man, you hate to see that. Well, again, it's going to be probably a blindside block. Yep, blindside block. Well, a blindside block on North Branch. And so a blindside block basically means if you are up the field and the defender is behind you, you cannot come back and block them. That is what that means, and that's what happened there on that. So Bo Pedersen will not get the 90... Well, it would probably have been an 87-yard touchdown return on the punt. Instead, it will be 1st and 10 for the Vikings, ball spotted right at midfield. And that's one of those penalties where, as a coach, you just go back and tell your team, hey, that's a silly penalty. We can't have those. You just took a touchdown off the board. And those are frustrating as a coach because, again, taking points off the board, but you also took away a big return from Bo Pedersen. Meanwhile, Ethan Thorson will line back up under center in the power T formation. Ball at midfield. It's a good fake, but it's going nowhere as the ball carrier. I think that time, can't quite see, I think it's Liga. No gain there for Liga. And that will be the end of the first quarter. So the Vikings lead on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard after one, 16-0. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back after a word from our fine sponsors.
Need reliable energy? Burnett Dairy Cooperative has you covered with top quality propane services. Whether you're heating your home, running your business, or firing up the grill, our propane is safe, efficient, and always dependable. Choose Burnett Dairy Cooperative Propane, your trusted partner for all things energy. Stay warm, stay powered, stay local.
Need a prescription or medication advice? Wellia Health's community pharmacies in Mora and Pine City are open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Our friendly pharmacists are here to answer your questions and to help with prescription transfers. Call us at Pine City 320-322-5141 or Mora 320-679-3999 or visit welliahealth.org.
Back here on nice 95.5 FM KBEK. We have switched sides of the field. And North Branch will now be going north to that end zone. Thorson back under center. 2nd down and 10. And he's going to fake the give. He holds on to it. He's got a lot of room to run again. Great fake by the running back on the right side. Thorson is gone! Touchdown, Vikings! Ethan Thorson, and that was all due to the great fake over there on the right sideline. I think that was Hamill who had the great fake. Ethan Thorson, a 50-yard touchdown run and a 10-second play to begin the second quarter. Makes it 22-0. Vikings will line up to go for 2. Give here to Logan Rain. He slipped at about the 2. And 2-point conversion, no good. So the score is 22-0. Vikings lead on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Two plays, 50 yards for the Vikings. Go down and score. As we will get ready for another kickoff. Rockridge out there and ready. And North Branch will ready up themselves as well. And the kicker is Jacob Edmonds. And we'll get set, and they'll kick it north as Rockridge will be trying to score in the south end zone. Beautiful sunset behind us with just a little gap in this rain. Beautiful. I mean, there is just a sliver of a gap, but it is beautiful. Here's a kick from Edmonds, and this is a good boot. This one is going to be taken in just at the 10. It is fumbled. He picks it up, though. Cuts to the right, now back up the middle. He's got some room to run to the 30, to the 35, where he's wrapped up by Bo Pedersen. Nice tackle in the open field by Pedersen. That is a big stop for North Branch. And the ball will officially be spotted, I believe, at the 36. So here comes the Rockridge offense. Still raining, and if I remember correctly, it's going to be raining for pretty much all of this game. As I believe Toman back out at quarterback. He'll toss it out to the right here, and the running back up past the 40, and we're going to get a flag. Man. Carry there by number 4. Roughing the passer penalty now. It was a fake toss. I don't know how you can get a roughing the passer on a toss play. he was tackling the quarterback on an option. It was an option play, and Voss is just as confused as I am. It was an option play, and he tackled the quarterback as he was tossing it out. I don't really understand the penalty, but I guess it's roughing the passer, and and then it'll put the Wolverines on the Vikings 43. Interesting call there. Not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it's interesting because, it's an option play. He'll throw it out to Coombe on that left side of the line. He has got nowhere but backwards to go. Hamill is there, and he takes him down. It's going to be a big loss. Where are they going to stop forward progress is the question. It looks like the 50. A loss of 7 for Coombe. So loss of 7 on that catch for Coombe. And it's 2nd and 17. They'll try it on the right side now. The catch made and to the 50. And then, you got to wrap up, young man. Can't just hit with the shoulder as he will grind forward to the 45. Pickup of 5 on the catch. And was that Coombe? I don't think it was. I thought it was somebody else. No, if it was Coombe, it's a gain of 5. Not going to have paper left by the time I'm done. The rain is just coming down out here, ladies and gentlemen. So 3rd and 11 now for Rockridge. Toman in the gun. 2 receivers right, tight end on the left side. Actually, the lineup looks like 2 tight ends. And they'll run a reverse here on the right side. Coombs got some room to run to the 40, 35, 30. And he's pushed out at the 25. Excuse me, that's number 2. And number 2 is Nolan Peterson. From the 44 to the 24, it looks like. Gain of 20 exactly for Nolan Peterson. So it'll be 1st down and 10 Rockridge. Under 10 minutes to go here in the first half. North Branch leads 22-0 over the Wolverines on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard. 3 receivers left, 1 right, running back to the left of Toman. He'll roll out to his left. He's got Coombe and said he's going to go deep to the end zone, and it is, nearly intercepted. Should have been intercepted there by North Branch, but it was dropped, and he's going to kick himself for that one. Should have been a pick that time for number 16, Austin Schloer. Schloer. Should have had a pick there, but instead it's incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Yeah, those are opportunities that you can't give back because now you give Rockridge another chance. Instead, you could have had the chance, and with the way their offense is moving, well, they might have been able to score again. 2 receivers right now, 1 left tight end on the left side as well for Rockridge. He'll roll right. Now he'll look to go over the middle. It is caught at the 15 and then taken down at about the 12. Gain of 11 for the receiver, number 18. '18 is Rory Scuffy. First down and 10 for the Wolverines inside that Rush City Auto red zone. We'll get there eventually. Rush City Auto red zone. 3 receivers out wide left for Rockridge. They're just going to give it up the middle to Toman, and Toman picks up 2 to the 10. Gain of 2 there for Toman. And it's 2nd down and 8. Right at the 10-yard line. Under 8.5 now to go in the first half. Toman brings in the call from the sideline. And Toman and Coombe really didn't rotate at all. It was Coombe all second half, Toman all first half. So interesting, they might go drive by drive here with Toman and Coombe. Toman in the gun, and we've got a whistle and timeout called by Rockridge. So they'll call the timeout, and we'll try and take one here as I go under the hood for the timeout here on KVEK.
Rush City Auto and Standard Auto and Classics in North Branch invite you to check out their 2 full lots of quality used vehicles. They've got a car or truck for any size budget. Get your next vehicle from a local dealer with a great reputation. Rush City Auto and Standard Auto and Classics in North Branch are going to put you into a vehicle that you will love at a price you can afford. For more information, visit rushcityauto.com to view up-to-date inventory. Rush City Auto and Standard Auto and Classics. Quality used vehicles, rushcityauto.com.
Standard Auto and Classics here in North Branch is their other location for Rush City Autos. We are inside, again, that Rush City Auto red zone. 2nd down and 8, ball at the 10 for the Wolverines of Rockridge. Starting to move the ball a little bit here via the pass game and rollout, but North Branch still showing that they can stop them, but they're going to have to stay disciplined defensively. They got to stay in their spots. They can't be moving too much one way or another. Here's the snap, and they will go with the reverse again. This time, North Branch is ready, and he is taken down back at the 15-yard line. Loss of 5, but we've got a North Branch player down. That is Knospel, and he looks like he's getting up. Knospel in on the stop, along with Nolan Barr. Knospel going to limp to the sideline. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully it's just a stinger or even maybe a cramp. Don't want him to be hurt. So far the injuries here today haven't been too bad. Well, keeper's gripes. Knock on wood, Ethan. 7:20 to go here in the first half. 3rd and 12 for the Rockridge Wolverines. Bringing the pressure, they'll go over the middle. It's intercepted! This time it's intercepted by Hamill to the 20, 25, 30. He's got room on that far sideline, and we got oh my goodness, we're going to get another blindside block. There are 2 flags down. Another blindside block on North Branch is what we're going to get. Oh no, we cannot have that. First of all, it's dangerous. Second of all, it destroys this big return. And now we have a player down for Rockridge. Oh, man. Yep. You cannot do that. It is another blindside block penalty. It will still be North Branch ball, but again, that is so dangerous. Man. Logan Hamill with the INT. The young man from Rockridge is up, who was down for a little bit, but he is up, thankfully. That's what we want to see. We don't want to see anybody hurt here. Yeah, for North Branch, that is the 2nd time now that they've been called for the blindside block. If you are North Branch, 1, that is going to drive the coach nuts. 2, again, it's dangerous. And 3, you just destroyed a big interception return that would have put you inside Rockridge territory. I mean, if there's a silver lining, it's, well, you still have the ball after the big penalty, but at the same time, you just, if you're a coach, you're not going to be too happy with that. Not at all. So it will, oh man, it's going to back them up inside their own 10. So that block, that blindside block came, it's half the distance to the goal, I think they said, and it's ball, what, at the 8-yard line? 7-yard line. So that happened around the 15-ish yard line. Oh man, yeah. If you're North Branch, those are almost those are kind of unacceptable penalties. Thorson will line up under center. He'll take the snap. He'll give off the left side of the line to Logan Rain. Pickup of a couple. And it's 2nd down and 8. Well, he only gained 1, so ball was a little bit closer than what I thought. Thorson back under center. Takes the snap. And he will keep it himself. He's got a lot of room to run again. Got everybody out in front of him, and he could go. He's to the 45-50, and he's going to get ran down from the side and stiff arm, but into Rockridge territory out at the 27-yard line. Whoa. 60 yards on the run for Ethan Thorson. Well up over 100 now for the young man. What a big run there for Thorson. You talk about flipping field position. He did so there. And that is in large part due to what Voss is talking about. Voss talks about it a lot. The fakes. Getting good fakes for the offense. And the reason why Thorson was able to run for 60 yards? The fake. So Thorson and company now at the Rockridge 7-yard line, and we got a jump. It'll be false start North Branch, number 68. Unfortunately, that'll be don't know. Hold on, we'll see if we can't get the name here. A little wet, so my paper's falling apart. I apologize. Won't be able to get the name, ladies and gentlemen. So it'll be first down and 15. Ball now at the 32 of Rockridge. 6:09 to go here in the first half. Vikings up 22-0 over Rockridge. So Thorson and company, power T formation. Thorson will take the snap. He'll give it off the right side to Hamill. Hamill trying to make a man miss to the outside. Cuts it out to the 25-20. He's got one man to beat at the edge, and he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 6-7-yard line. 28 there for Logan Hamill. Logan Hamill with the 28-yard run. And it's first down and goal inside the Rush City Auto red zone. 5:40 left to go in the first half. Again, stay tuned. In the second half, we will have a interview with the Here's the Pitch pregame sponsor, Jan Bernier, owner of Here's the Pitch. We'll have that interview coming up at halftime. 5:30 now. Thorson lines up under center, give it up the middle to number 40. He is into the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings! I think that was Brody Mitchell, excuse me. From 6 yards out, scores the touchdown, and the Vikings take a 28-0 lead. Brody Mitchell subbing in to help his team take the 28-0 lead, and they'll try to make it 30-0. And the give to Hamill. He's into the end zone, untouched for the 2. So the Vikings now lead 30-0 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard over the Rockridge Wolverines. 5:21 to go on that scoreboard. Vikings in the driver's seat here. Having their way right now offensively. Defensively, they'd like to tighten a few things up, but offensively, man, they are really, really getting going. And this is exactly what they, I'm sure if you ask Coach Voss, he'd probably say, well, I'd like to take a few more minutes off the clock. I'd like to have a few more longer drives. He's kind of likes the old school 3 yards in a cloud of dust. And in the pregame, if you didn't hear it, or even if you did, I'll reiterate it. He had mentioned how, he'd like to see them go 10, 12 plays on their first drive, take a lot of time off the clock. I'm sure he wouldn't just like that for the first drive. I'm sure he'd like that for almost every drive. I'm sure he'd be okay with that for every single drive they have in the game. Take, 7 minutes off the clock, 10, 12 plays, go down and score. I'm sure he wouldn't mind that. But this North Branch team has been known for the last handful plus years of getting those big chunk plays. They kind of almost lull you to sleep with their offense. Here's a 3-yard gain, 4-yard gain, a 5-yard gain, a 3-yard gain, a 5-yard gain, a 4-yard gain, and then all of a sudden, boom, chunk play, whether it's a big run or a pop pass that they'll get. And here is the boot. Be more of a squib kick. It will be taken in at the 40. And just behind the 40 is where he'll go down. He had trouble bringing it in because it's, slippery. He'll bring it in at the 39. So that's where Rockridge will start on offense here on this drive. So like I mentioned, North Branch had, I don't want to say struggled in the second quarter up to this point in the season, but the second quarter hasn't been their best quarter so far this year, but this second quarter, a little bit better. Defensively, they'd like to tighten a few things up, but offensively, it's about as good as you can ask for. It looks like they will go drive by drive. Looks like it could be Kroom there at quarterback. No, yes, it is Kroom. They'll toss it out to the right here. Number 4 with the carry at the 40. He gets to the 41, and then he is wrapped up and taken down swiftly on the play. In there for the stop was number 10, Nolan Barr. That was number 4. Well, good luck trying to see on my paper. It's so messy because the paper's disintegrating. Either way, back to the action. Here on Nice 95.5 FM, KBK. Ooh. They gave him another yard. They said forward progress is at 41. More or less 42. So 2nd and 8 for Rockridge. Kroom in the gun, 2 receivers on each side of the formation. He'll look to throw on the left side, and he's got a man caught at the 47. Gain of 11. There on that one. And a new set of down for Rockridge. Ball at the 40, they'll spot at the 48, so gain of 10 instead for the Wolverines, but new set of downs for Rockridge either way. Got a whistle. And timeout called by Rockridge. So while they take one, we'll try and take a quick one as well here on KVEK.
Here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch in North Branch, the area's premier indoor batting cages and training facility. State-of-the-art pitching machines for softball and baseball. Rent cages with machines or bring your own pitcher. Here's the pitch also offers instruction from experienced players. And Here's the Pitch has enough room for coaches to bring the whole team for training. Here's the Pitch in the North Branch Outlet Mall.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM, KBEK. And then, like I said, despite the weather, the rain still coming down, and it's not a super heavy rain, but it is enough to make it really wet. But despite all that, we have got a full packed crowd here in North Branch for this game against Rockridge. North Branch getting back out on defense. It's 1st down and 10 for Rockridge at the North Branch 48-yard line. I try to keep stats every game, but this time it's going to be a little bit hard. So Kroom is the quarterback. He sends a man in motion left to right. Oh, the running back left early, but they didn't see it. And the running back will get through one and defender and be stopped at the 46, a gain of 2 that time. Well, 2nd down and 8 for Rockridge. Clock continues to roll. Under 3.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Vikings lead 30-0 on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers left, 2 right. Oh, they had 2 guys in motion at the same time. That's illegal motion. Kroom is going to take himself to the 45-40 towards the sideline, and he's bumped out at the 40. Gain of 6. And that'll bring up 3rd and 2. 3rd and a long, 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2 with the clock just about to dip under 3 minutes, but it was stopped because Kroom got out of bounds. And that's a smart play, a heads-up play by Kroom there. To know that, hey, I need to preserve some time and get out of bounds. Now again, Rockridge is moving the ball. Kroom is one of the reasons why. 2 receivers on each side of the formation, man in motion, right to left. Kroom will roll out to his right, and he's going to take it himself again. At the 40, makes a man miss, and then he's wrapped up at the 36, but it is enough for the first down on a gain of 4. Gain of 4, he was stopped in the field of play, so now the clock under 3 minutes to go. And by the time this one is snapped, will be under 2:45. Rain picking up a little bit now here in North Branch, Minnesota. Students getting that North Branch Vikings Skull chant going. 1st and 10. Same formation, 2 receivers each side, running back to the right of Kroom. Man in motion left to right. And Kroom will take it himself up past the 35, diving to the 31, a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5, as we're now under 2.5 minutes to go until halftime. Be close to exactly 2 minutes by the time this ball is snapped. No 2-minute warning in high school. I'm sure we're probably headed towards where we probably will see that sooner than later. But for now, no 2-minute warning as there's 2 minutes. Now we're under 2. 2 receivers each side of the formation. Running back to the right of Kroom. My goodness. Man in motion left to right. Kroom will take the snap. He'll keep it himself up the middle to the 30, past the 30, and towards the 25, but that's where he is wrapped up. And, oh my goodness, they're going to let that play go for a while. He'll get it to about the 26. Maybe the 27. So gain of 4. It'll be 3rd and 1. 3rd down and 1 now for Rockridge. Kroom will get the play call. .105 to go. Man in motion, right to left. Kroom will toss it out to his left. He's got some room. Does his running back, but he is swiftly taken down up past the 25 to the 24. And now we've got flags down, and oh boy. And now this could probably be on North Branch again. Well, he drove the offensive player into the ground. I think that might get him after the whistle. I don't know. That seemed like it was just playing till the whistle to me, but, well, they're not going to let him play. Yeah. Yep. I don't know how you can call that when they're just playing to the whistle. They're playing tough to the whistle. It's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct. Man, that's a lot of penalties here in the first half for North Branch, and even Justin Voss is a little bit upset. He's going out to the referee asking, hey, how can we not play through the whistle here? They're just being physical out there and playing through the whistle. I mean, you can't blame a young man for being, for pushing a guy back. Either way. Rockridge will, before we get this next play off, it'd be 1st and 10 at the 12. And I think we got a timeout possibly. Well, either way, we got a timeout, it looks like, by someone. Not sure who. By one of the teams. Great broadcasting here. I think it was North Branch who took it. 57 seconds to go in the first half. Again, coming up at halftime, we'll hear an interview with the owner of Here's the Pitch right here in North Branch, Jan Bernier. So stay tuned for that interview, as we'll have that coming up at halftime, during the halftime show, the Hones Auto Body and Glass halftime show. Hones Auto Body and Glass, 44 years of experience. They are ICAR and ASE certified. They're also recommended, believe it or not, by a ton of insurance companies. And when you're recommended by insurance companies, you know you've got a reputation that holds its own. Meanwhile, out of the timeout. Teams back out onto the field. North Branch trying to keep Rockridge off the board. Coombe will take the snap. He'll roll to his left, and he's got nowhere to go. Taken down. He might have even lost a yard. No, he'll get nothing. Nothing. I guess that works, but it's nothing, Ethan. So no gain there for Coombe. And time now under 40 seconds to go here in the first half. Rockridge is going to start to play a little bit of hurry up here. Two receivers on each side of the formation, running back to the right of Coombe. Coombe will send a man in motion left to right. He'll roll to his right. Trying to find someone in the end zone and says he's going to take it himself. Trying to cut back, but he's wrapped up and taken down at the 10. Gain of maybe 2 or 3? It'll be third down. We'll give him 3. So gain of 3 there for Coombe. Timeout taken here by Rockridge with 18 seconds to go on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard here in the first half. I believe that is the last timeout there for Rockridge. Rockridge takes their final timeout. North Branch has been pretty much in control from the word go here tonight. Offense has looked really good. Defense has looked really good. But Rockridge has kind of figured out a little bit of something to keep North Branch kind of on their toes defensively. And North Branch has, I don't want to say they haven't done a good job. They just haven't been able to really slow them down. Well, that's also a bad way to put it. They've slowed them down, but they haven't been able to stop them. There, we'll put it that way, because Rockridge has been moving the ball, but I'm sure it's not at the pace that they want to be, nor at the yardage per play they want to be. And North Branch now with the Wolverines inside the Rush City Auto red zone, trying to make a stop here before half. 18 seconds to go, third down and 8. 5 receivers for Tolman. Tolman looking to throw. He's going to be a fade to the end zone. It is caught for a touchdown. And North Branch saying that he was out, and I think they have a point. I think he came down out of bounds. Yeah, I think he was out of bounds when he came down. But we'll, again, we stick with what they say because we're not down there. So it'll be an 8-yard fade route for a touchdown from Tolman to I don't know who. I think that was number 20, and I don't have the time nor the paper to try and write that down. So they do get on the board here before half. We'll see what North Branch does. Will they try and score to kind of get back 1, or will they just take a knee? As obviously Rockridge will line up to go for 2. Rain coming down a little heavier now. Tolman will look to throw. He's got a man. It is caught for 2. Ooh, that did not look good defensively. And we're going to get a flag. Will this be offensive penalty now? Yep, it is. So we got a penalty on the offense. So they'll have to redo the 2 points. So that won't count. So North Branch catches a break. Good kind of route concept there by Rockridge. They kind of almost used the 2 receivers out wide right as a pick and then had a receiver run underneath. But I think what they got was a PI. So the 2-point conversion will be moved back to the, 17-yard line? 18-yard line? Somewhere around there, inside the 20 anyways. Rain's starting to come down a little bit heavier now. They will line up in the same formation. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. Tolman in the gun. If I'm North Branch, I would play a little bit off. They're playing press man coverage here. Tolman will throw it up, and he's got a man but overthrew him. And the 2-point conversion will be no good. So it will not be 30-8. It will be 30-6. And my finger too clammy for the mouse pad to work. Oh, that's funny. So 30-6 is our score. With 13 seconds before halftime on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, North Branch, again, on the return, probably won't take all 13 seconds off, so we'll probably see the return and a kneel down, and then that will bring us to halftime here in North Branch. And during halftime, we may not have too much of me coming back. I might just let it all run. I might run some commercials, and then I might head inside to dry off, warm up, and get myself out of the rain for a little bit, but we'll see. North Branch will head out there and line up for kick return. Pedersen, one of the running backs, back to return. It'll be Pedersen and who is that young man? He is, let's see if I can find him, Leisha. Pedersen and Leisha back to return this kickoff. We'll see if Rockridge maybe doesn't pull out a squib or an onside here just to maybe get one more heave to the end zone before the half. So don't be surprised if you're North Branch. This is how they lost to Hermantown in the section championship. Let's see if that's what they do. No, they'll go with the squib on the ground. And they'll fall on it at the 29-yard line. 10 seconds to go. We'll more than likely see a kneel down, and that should bring us to half. And if that's the case, it would be our Hones Auto Body and Glass halftime show. Brought to you by, of course, Hones Auto Body and Glass in Mora. So North Branch will head on out there. Well, for what I'm assuming is just one play and a kneel down. But, you know, maybe we'll get a pop pass. Maybe we'll try and score before the half. Who knows? Rockridge does have two safeties back deep. North Branch will line up like they're going to run a play. And they will run it up the middle for maybe 1, 2, 3 yards. I think that was, I'm not sure who the running back was there. And we get, timeout called North Branch. So they want to give one last heave to the end zone. They do not want the half to end. 5 seconds to go, a couple-yard run there. And they want one more play. So this will be interesting to see kind of what happens here. Again, North Branch leading 30-6. 5 seconds to go. They have taken a timeout before the half. They might have something up their sleeve here. We'll see. It was a 3-yard run by the running back, so it's 2nd and 7. Now, again, I can't imagine it's a timeout to call a kneel down. So they will, I don't know if they're going to draw something up. Will they just try and get a play action? Will they do a reverse play action pass? I don't know. There's a lot you can do. The old Fumbarooski? Will we see that? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Rockridge will again have their safeties lined up back behind the 50-yard line to defend anything deep. Now, rain is coming down a little bit heavier, so I can't imagine they'll try and do too much down the field and risk an interception return. But we'll see. Rain is picking up now as we speak. Oh, Thorson will drop back to pass. Slips a little bit. Going to try and chuck it deep. He's got a man. Hamill catches it at the 40. Wow. Well, it would have been in 1st down and 10, but that's going to do it for the half. A gain of 22. And that will do it for the first half. 30-6 is our score at the half. And we are going to take a commercial break here. And again, like I said, I'm just going to let the ads run, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go warm up and get dry. And but when we come back, after our sponsors, we will hear a word from Jan Bernier at Here's the Pitch. After 6 minutes, we'll hear that interview with Jan Bernier of Here's the Pitch. 30-6 is the score at halftime. Vikings lead Rockridge
Kettle River Pizza is a proud supporter of sports teams and community organizations. Local groups and teams across the state have had amazing success with Kettle River Pizza fundraising. From sausage and pepperoni to chicken Alfredo or the hot Hawaiian, the cheesy deliciousness practically sells itself. Visit Kettle River Pizza fundraising on Facebook to schedule your next fundraiser. It's so easy to get started. Got a pizza craving now? Pick up a Kettle River Pizza at your local grocery store or convenience store today. That's great tasting pizza.
Hey there, neighbors. Matt Winsand, CEO Burnett Dairy. Farmers are the people that wake up before the sun, who battle the elements, and tend to their crops and herds with a passion that runs deep in their veins. At this time, I would personally like to thank the farmers. From all of us at Burnett Dairy Cooperative to all of our incredible farmers, thank you. Burnett Dairy Cooperative. Real farms, real flavor.
Can't wait to get out there.
Yeah, man, I'm ready for the season.
Hey guys, you gonna finally let me in on the big hunt this year?
Yeah, sure.
Really?
Honey, there's a lot of preparation that goes into hunting.
Preparation, huh? Like
Getting to Almost Yours Gun and Pawn and Mora so I can have the right gun, scope, blind, and stand. And no matter what caliber I'm shooting, Bob always has the right ammo.
Ha, thanks, boys. I went to Almost Yours Gun and Pawn. They have everything a hunter needs to be prepared.
Okay.
I do love Almost Yours Gun and Pawn.
907 Union Street, Mora.
Back here on KBK, ladies and gentlemen, I've got a spot in the booth that I'm going to go take right now here in North Branch. So you're going to hear a little bit of a cut in the commercials, but once we get everything plugged back in, I will be back, and I will be dry, finally. I will be dry, so we'll be back after, again, a little bit of a silent break, and then we'll be back with commercials.
Hi, Rob. Hey, why have you been so happy lately?
It's because I no longer pay for hot water.
What? You have 4 teenagers that take all-day showers. How do you not pay for hot water?
Well, I put in a central boiler outdoor furnace that heats my house, my garage, and now I have virtually endless free hot water.
Wow, that's great. With my 10 kids, I'll really save some money. Where do I get a furnace?
Check with your local central boiler dealer, of course.
Northland Boiler Sales, your local central boiler sales dealer. Visit northlandboilersales.com.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
Don't worry, Hones can fix you up. Butch, Christie, and the crew at Hones Auto Body and Glass have over 44 years of experience repairing vehicles from accidents and damage due to hail. In fact, they've got a huge state-of-the-art facility in Mora, are I-CAR and ASC certified, and certified in aluminum repair and welding. Plus, Hones is recommended by many insurance companies. Hones Auto Body and Glass. In Mora, Hones. They'll fix you up right.
Kettle River Pizza, the handcrafted pizza made locally in Ask Cove, Minnesota. Always the highest quality ingredients. Pizza that is consistently great tasting. A true crowd pleaser. 16 varieties to choose from. Enjoy the classics like pepperoni, pepperoni sausage and supreme, to the unique tastes of hot Hawaiian, taco, buffalo chicken, and chicken Alfredo. Pick some up at your local grocer, tavern, or convenience store. Handcrafted Kettle River Pizza. Moms and basketball players approved.
Hey there, Brad from Lee's Pro Shop here. Are you ready to show off that school pride? Lee's Pro Shop is your official letter jacket supplier, and we're here to help you celebrate every touchdown, goal, and win. We got everything you need to create a perfect letter jacket that tells your story. And for a limited time, when you come in and mention this radio ad, you get $10 off your letter jacket. That's right, $10 off. So come in, let's start to tell your story. Lee's Pro Shop, where the passion for sports begins.
And we're back here on Nice 95.5 FM. Thanks to our morning show host over on 100.9 FM, Josh Ramiron. He's the PA announcer here for most of these games, and he helped me out get the equipment inside so we could be inside and out of the rain. I appreciate that. Appreciate them allowing me to be inside now, and we're back here on the halftime show, the Hones Auto Body and Glass halftime show. We'll take a moment to kind of get situated here, but the Hones Auto Body and Glass halftime show here on on 95.5 FM KBEK. We are at halftime with the North Branch Vikings leading 30-6 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. The Vikings Rockridge Wolverines here. It is now we're losing internet apparently, so we'll try and get things situated here, ladies and gentlemen, as we are back here on KBEK. But again, the Vikings of North Branch lead over the Rockridge Wolverines 30-6 at half. And the Vikings well over 100 yards rushing, and honestly, Pats here. I mean, Ethan Thorson himself is up over 100, and, well, let's see, 110 with that, 145 yards rushing for the young man. So they're up probably right at about that 200-yard mark here so far this evening, and they've got a whole another half to play of football. So there's a good chance that they get closer to 300 yards of rushing here tonight. We'll obviously have to wait and see, but, you know, they are so far having a really good night. In the first half, yeah, well up over that 150-yard mark. So here at the Hones Auto Body and Glass halftime show, trying to get everything situated here in the booth as we take a look at maybe some scores from around the area. Taking a look over in Chisago. Looks like Chisago was up. Final over there in Chisago. The Wildcats beat St. Anthony Village 28-14 at half up in Hinckley. The Jaguars trail Moose Lake Willow River 32-7. And looks like St. Louis Park is up over Cambridge Isani 28-0. They were leading 14-6 with 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. St. Louis Park scored 14 points in the last 15 seconds of the half over there. That's a tough goal there for Cambridge Isani. But North Branch here leads 30-6 over Rockridge at the halftime. And I appreciate all of our broadcasters who have made the trip out to where they're at tonight. I know Adam Hefty was over in Chisago Lakes. Andy Beckstrom's up in Hinckley. Tyler Gustafson's over in Rush City. Appreciate all of them for going out tonight in the rain. Of course, here in North Branch, rain came down. It was okay for a little.
Mom's Parkside Cafe, open Monday through Friday, 8 till 2, and weekends 7 till 2.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics, a smile you will embrace forever.
And good evening, everybody. We're here at halftime in our games, and we're now joined by Jan Bernier, owner of Here's the Pitch. Jan, thanks so much for coming back and joining us.
Thanks for having me.
And this week, coming back now, you guys are back open fully, correct?
Correct. So we're open, right now we're open 3 to 8 during the week and 10 to 5 on Saturdays and Sundays.
And with being back open, people are starting to come in now. Weather does help. We're not saying we want it to rain, but it does kind of help people to come in a little bit more.
Yeah, we're great. If you need to get out of the house with your kids, come see us when it's raining. We're a great place to work out some energy they can't get outside to run around.
So we've been talking for the past few weeks, and something that I've been curious about is when it comes to the plans, the regimens of the workouts, whether it be softball or baseball, who dictates that? Would that be a coach? Would that be a program that you set up, or is it sort of a combination of both? Or
it can be both. So we have teams come in and their coaches run their hour of practice or 2 hours of practice. We have teams who call and say, hey, I need a catching instructor to work with my catchers. I need a pitching instructor to work with my pitchers, or we want you to run it all. So we do all of those things.
Okay. We talked a little bit about colder weather, but I assume that brings more people. Maybe talk a little bit more about what you do, just kind of taking advantage of being inside.
So November 1st is the date that everybody turns to baseball and softball winter training. So if you're familiar with club level on either side, baseball or softball, it is the date where everything starts. So it's the off season, right? Players are made in the off season. Champions are made in the off season. And so the kids who want to work start coming November 1st. So we have club teams that have scheduled out nights where they're there for 3 hours and they're going to hit for 3 hours based on age. We have little 10U teams who want to come and work because they're getting ready for a dome ball season that starts in January. We have kids who just want to come work on their own. And so I'm waiting to post a fast pitch winter clinic because I have teams calling me right now. So I want to get all the teams scheduled. So if you're looking for time from November 1st till March that you want a consistent time for your team to come in and hit, you need to call me right away because I'm running out of slots to give people, which is a great thing. And I'm very, very happy and very, very thrilled that people have found us and they want to come in. On the baseball side, if you want to train, call me. Let's set up a time. If you're slow pitch guys, women, co-ed, church league teams, you want to come every Saturday, call me now.
So do you take players from all levels, even whether you're, just starting getting into baseball or softball and all the way up to, club level?
We do. I had a little guy in the cage the other day. He's 6. He's hitting off the baseball machine. Right. 6 is probably the youngest, to hit off the machine. We do have tees for littler kids, so I have had kids as young as 3 come hit off tees. The machine's a little too fast for a 3-year-old. So I'd say 6 is probably the baseline for either of the machines. But then I have a baseball team, a 50 and over baseball team that comes, and they come in the winter every other weekend. They're there working on pitching and hitting. So any age, any ability will work. If you need instruction, we'll hop in the cage with you and tell you how to swing the bat or where to stand in relation to the plate. We'll give you some drills if you want some drills that your kids can work on to get better. We're there to help keep everybody safe.
And now looking at these teams who want to come and rent space for the entire team, is that just a limited space? Is that the entire space, or can that differ?
So my insurance requires that I only rent a cage to 4 people at a time. So if you're going to bring a team of 12, you're going to need 3 cages. 1, for safety reasons. 2, it keeps the kids busy. So we'll set up, if you're going to use the machine and a couple other cages, you can kind of do it as progressions, right? So like you hit off a tee, you go to front toss, then you hit off the machine. The kids are rotating the whole time. Keeps everybody busy, keeps everybody out of trouble. So they're not hanging out in the bathroom or the back hallway or my stock room. So we're keeping the kids moving, busy, engaged. And most of the teams that come are they're there to get better. Like I'm so impressed with some of the little kids who are there. They're there because they love the game. They're there to get better. They're not hanging out in the back room. But insurance limits what I can do. We have 5 cages. So if you bring a team, there is a place where the price, just rent the whole facility, right? Which gives you a little bit more room too. So even if you're going to bring 12 kids, you need 3 cages. We can open up the other 2 and you can field in that. Create a few more stations. You can do different stuff in those. You can throw, you can pitch, you can catch, stuff like that. So there is a place where once you get to so many cages, just rent the whole facility. Rents for $175 an hour. I do offer discounts. So if you were to tell me I want to come for 10 weeks, every day Thursday at 5 o'clock, every week Thursday at 5 o'clock, I'll give you a discount, but you need to call me and schedule that.
There seems to be a theme here.
Yes. Well, the theme is always opportunities, right? So like we didn't open this to get rich. We opened this to create opportunities for kids in this area. We don't have to drive from our place to the next nearest batting cage. It is 47 miles. And I know because we took our kid there. So we opened this because there is a need in these communities up here. There are opportunities that these kids should have access to, and they don't. And that is solely our baseline level of what we're doing. Offering affordable batting cages and training to the kids in this area.
So we talked about winter starting to fill up now, and if teams want to come in, they need to start calling you now. Where can they reach you at?
So we're on Facebook. Here's the Pitch MN. But the best way to reach us and the best way to get on our schedule is by calling us. So we do also do text, but the number is 651-706-2729. If you call us, we can tell you who else booked and what is open versus trying to reach us through Facebook, because I'm not 15. So I tell my employees this all the time. I don't always have my phone on me. So you may have requested Elaine.
And we will have to get that rest of that full interview a little bit later here as we just wrap up the Holmes Auto Body and Glass halftime report. We are getting set for the third quarter. The third quarter Kettle River Pizza kickoff coming your way, brought to you by Kettle River Pizza in Ascove. So the Kettle River Pizza kickoff coming up. As we are set to kick it away with Jacob Edmonds. And Rockridge back deep to return. Here's the boot through the rain. It's going to be taken in at about the 10 to the 15 to the 20. Cuts it up the field to the 25, and that's where he's wrapped up. He maybe reaches the ball to the 27, but Rockridge is going to start inside their own 30 to begin quarter number 3. Ball spot at the 27, and, well, maybe, yeah, 27 looks like. So that is where Rockridge will take over. North Branch defense only gave up 6 points there, but in the second quarter, Rockridge was able to move the ball a little bit more on this North Branch defense. They spread them out a little bit more. The pass, though, let me tell you what, the North Branch defending the pass was really good, in my opinion. Had an interception from Hamill. It looked like a really good INT as well. It will be Toman to start the second half has a quarterback, 3 receivers left, 1 right. He'll chuck it out to Coombe. Coombe dropped it. Is that a backwards pass? No, it's incomplete. So an incompletion there from Toman to Coombe. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 10. So an incompletion brings up 2nd down and 10. That, of course, stops the clock as well. So the clock, 10 seconds have run off since the kickoff in that last play. So 11:50 to go here in the third. Toman and company back in the gun. 3 receivers left, 1 right, running back to his left. Toman takes the snap. He's going to toss it out wide to left to the running back, who is then wrapped up quickly, but he's grinding forward, and he'll get a couple extra yards to what looks like the 31, 32, 31-yard line. Gain of 4.5 we'll give him. Got a flag down, though. We'll check the flag. It's on the offense. Didn't quite tell what that one was. Looked like a personal foul, though, which will move the ball back all the way to the, the 17-yard line. So their first penalty of the second half. They only had 3 there in the first half. Meanwhile, North Branch had 9 first half penalties. Toman will take the snap. He'll look to throw. He rolls out to his left. Now got a man over the middle. There's going to be pass interference. And, yep, then another flag really late after the play concluded. Will this be both pass interferences, or do we have 2 penalties and maybe offsetting? That would be nice for North Branch, but I think this is going to be just strictly PI, which 15 yards would be close to a first down. Yep. So still 2nd down after the 15-yard penalty here on North Branch. Pass interference. And that'll make it 2nd down and 5 now. Ball will be spotted at the 32. Toman in the gun with the receiver out wide left, 2 on the right side. They'll have a tight end, 2 left. Man in motion now left to right, that's Coombe. He'll take it himself, and Toman is cut down at around the 35-yard line. Right at the 35 is where they'll spot him. It's a gain of 3 for Toman, and that'll bring up 3rd down. So 3rd and 2 rather for the Vikings, or for, good grief, for Rockridge. Well, Vikings got to defend it, so technically. So here comes Toman and company to the line. The lineup in the gun, 2 receivers on each side of the formation. Running back to the right of Toman. Toman will take the snap, and he looks like a quarterback power, but he is blasted down trying to get rid of the ball, but he's taken down back at the 30. Big stop that time by the defender. That was Aiden Anderson on the stop. Loss of 3. And it's 4th down. That's more than a loss of 3, Ethan. That's a loss of 5 about. I can count. So with it being 4th down and +5, it looks like Rockridge will line up to punt this one away. Bo Pedersen back deep to return. Looks like Coombe, who will be the punter. And that punt going to bounce at about the 32, picked up behind the 30. Bo Pedersen on the nice return to the 35-40, makes a man miss at the 45, then grinding his way forward and tucked out of bounds at the 50. Another good return there for Pedersen, and he'll set his team up right at about midfield. Really good returns here by Pedersen. Of course, he had one taken back due to a blindside block penalty. This one will not be taken back, and it'll be 1st down and 10 Vikings. Yeah, right at midfield. That knows the ball is going to be touching that midfield line. So Ethan Thorson and company now come back out on offense. Had a really good first half, driving the ball. They scored on every possession except for the last one. The last one, they tried to chuck it deep, and they did. They got it to Hamill for a big gain of 40-plus yards. Thorson will give it off the right side to Logan Rain. Rain gets past the 50 and near the 45, but he's cut down just short at about the 47, gain of 3. Yeah, they had a big pass there before the end of the half, and Hamill unfortunately had to turn around for it, but it was a good throw nonetheless. Their first throw of the game was a touchdown from Thorson to Hamill. The next was a 40-yard run or gain. So 2nd down and 7 after the 3-yard gain from Logan Rain. Closing in on 9 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Vikings with the ball on the Rockridge side of the 50. Thorson and company in the power T formation. Thorson, the tall quarterback, 6'5", lining up under center. He'll take the snap. He'll give it off the right side now. No, he's going to keep it. Great fakes again. He's got a man out in front of him to the 40, to the 35. Stiff arms a man. And he's down and out. They'll place him at about the 32. Gain of 15 for Ethan Thorson. 15 yards for Thorson and a new set of downs, Vikings. You know, Thorson's got those long strides to him, but a great stiff arm at the end of that run. And another new set of downs inside 9 minutes to go here in the third quarter on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Thorson brings his men to the line. Power T formation, back under center. Thorson takes the snap. He fumbled it, but he's back on top of it. Very, very heads-up play there by Thorson. So he'll lose 2 on the fumbled snap to the 34, and it'll be 2nd and plus 10, maybe about 1. So 8:30 to go. Great job, though, by Ethan Thorson to recognize. Now, obviously, you don't want to have a fumbled snap, but just a great job by Thorson to recognize, hey, that ball's on the ground, just get on top of it, live to see another play. And that's what he did there. And they'll line up again under center. Thorson this time, wiping his hands. I don't know if that towel's doing much for him, but he'll take the snap. He'll roll. He'll look to throw. He's under a lot of pressure. Makes one man miss. Throws it over the middle. He's got a man wide open. Touchdown, Vikings. Wide open was Nolan Barr. 34. Are they calling him short? Did they call him short on that? I think they did. Oh, they're going to call him short. 33 yards for Nolan Barr, and he comes up short. Oh, I thought he was in. Well, they call him short by an inch, it must be. They'll call him down at the 1. So it'll be 1st and goal from the 1 inside that Rush City Auto red zone. Thorson will take and hand it off, and rightfully so, they give it to Barr for the touchdown. Yeah, you got to give it to the young man. Let him finish it off with a 1-yard touchdown. So Nolan Barr will punch it in from 1 yard out after making a 33-yard grab to get down to the 1, and then they give it to him to pound it in for 6. Nolan Barr with a 1-yard rushing touchdown. 7:34 to go on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. And, of course, North Branch will line up to go for 2. North Branch will get out of the huddle with 10 seconds to go on the play clock. Thorson under center takes the snap, and he'll look to throw. He's got a man wide open in the back of the end zone. That's Knoxville again for the 2-point conversion to make it 38-6. Knoxville wide open. You can't. I mean, we've seen Knoxville a couple times last year be left wide open for big chunk plays on the pass, and they leave him alone there. Still got players on the field. Not quite sure what's going on. Do we got a flag down possibly, or a player injured? We got a personal foul here on North Branch. Not quite sure what that. And, these are penalties that are piling up for North Branch. And if you're Coach Voss, you're going to be going to your team, hey, we can't be doing those, guys. These are penalties that you just can't have, especially, again, now, I don't know if, again, you play better teams like a Hermantown or a Grand Rapids. You're not going to be able to have these penalties. That's now 11 in the game. 2 already here in the third. They had 9 in the first half, with 4 of them coming in the second quarter, 5 in the first. Just not acceptable if you're North Branch. But either way, they do get on the board. The 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff, and Jacob Edmonds will ready. And he's going to have to give this one a ride in order to kind of keep Rockridge from getting into North Branch territory because, first of all, it's raining. It's hard enough to get the ball downfield, but going to have to give this one an absolute ride and a half. So they will kick off from the 25-yard line, Jacob Edmonds. Now, this is unfortunate because now you put Rockridge in a good position to try and get a good return, and if not a good return, at least decent starting field position, kicking off from the 25. Rain still come down maybe a little bit heavier now. And here's the whistle, and Edmonds readying. And here's the boot. They're going to squib it right to the up man, but he recovers it at the 36-yard line. Well, I like the idea, but unfortunately Rockridge falls on top of it. So they'll take it and start at the North Branch 36-yard line. Rockridge in great starting field position. 36-yard line of North Branch is where they'll start. So now if you're Rockridge, you got to, they'll put it back at the 37. But still, if you're Rockridge, something you got to capitalize on. If you're North Branch, this is a spot where, hey, you're going to have to tell your defense, we need you here. We got to have a big-time stop. In the gun, it's Coombe. He'll take the snap. He'll throw a screen out wide to the left. That is going absolutely nowhere. Hamill there on the stop. Back him up to the 40. Loss of 3 there. I couldn't quite see who the receiver was on that one, but it's a loss of 3. Was that number 3 maybe? And that might have been number 3, which is Billy Coombe. The Coombe connection was working earlier. They got a big 16-yard chunk play out of it. And this time it goes -3 with under 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. 10 seconds to go on the play clock now. Rockridge to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers right, 1 left. They'll toss it out wide left. And he is going nowhere. Another big loss that time. A loss of almost 3 again. Defensively, North Branch getting after it. And on the carry was number 4. That was Bremer. Another loss there. And it's going to be 3rd and 15. 3rd and 15 for Rockridge. And, they started in plus territory, but they're only going backwards now. Good job here by North Branch to make a couple big negative plays. They'll have 3 receivers left, 1 right. The running back will be to now the right of the quarterback, Coombe, man in motion. And North Branch is going to jump. Delay a game on Rockridge. They did not get to the line of scrimmage in time. I wasn't even paying attention that time to the play clock. They did not get it off in time, and that's why North Branch jumped, because they knew, hey, that clock is at 0. We can get to them. So good heads-up play there by North Branch. That'll set them back even 5 more yards, and it's now 3rd and 20. So they're at the, now 47-yard line, still in North Branch territory, but, man, Rockridge going backwards. 2 receivers each side of the formation, 1 man in motion left to right. Coombe will take the snap. He'll drop back. He'll look. He's looking to his left. Now he's got his running back, and he's got him, and it's a first down and then some to the 20, rolling to the 15. 30 32-yard connection to him in his running back as a Broomer. A 32-yard connection. Coombe is a really good thrower, an underrated thrower in my opinion. And now they'll be set up in the Rush City Auto red zone at the 15 on a 3rd and 20. And if you're North Branch, those are the types of plays that you can't have defensively because you had them in 3rd and long and you got to make a stop. Now 3 receivers right, 1 left. Coombe will take the snap. He'll give it to his running back who's trying to find somewhere to go with it. Nowhere to go, and he's stopped at just about the line of scrimmage there that time. No gain. Couldn't quite tell who the man was who got the stop. That was number 20 on the carry. It was Rayton. No gain. Maybe even lost one. It'll be 2nd and 10. 10 and a half. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Running back to the right of the quarterback. Takes a snap. It's a fumble. North Branch needs to get there. He'll chuck it towards the end zone. It is incomplete. There on the coverage. Nice coverage as well was the defender Bo Pedersen, and Pedersen nearly got an interception. This defense dropped one earlier that time. He just set up as a deep safety and realized, hey, that pass coming right to me. Good job, though, by the Rockridge receiver to knock that one away. Otherwise, that's another interception, and North Branch has taken over with the ball on the 20-yard line. 4:16 to go here in the 3rd quarter. North Branch leads 38-6 over Rockridge. Rockridge is driving, though. The ball spotted at the 16 of North Branch in the Rush City Auto red zone. Coombe in the gun. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Running back to the left of him. Takes the snap. He fumbled it again. He'll look over the middle again. It is incomplete. Had about 3,000 tries at it. Even when he fell to the ground, he still had a chance at it, but he drops it. It'll be incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th down. North Branch was there, but just a little too far in front of that one. They almost got a hand on it, but great concentration by the receiver. Almost pulled it in despite the couple attempts he had at it. So it's 4th down and 11. Oh, 3rd down. 3rd down and 11. We got a flag down. Flag is down. Do we just not know it's down? Well, there's a penalty on North Branch somewhere. So it's 3rd down and 5 after the penalty? Not quite sure where that came from. Yeah, I'm not quite sure as to what that was. And now we got timeout Rockridge. There's a whole lot of stuff going on that we're not sure about. Timeout Rockridge. Did get a flag somewhere on North Branch. Not 100% sure where that was or came from, but with that, it'll be 3rd down and 4 Rockridge from the 9, and we'll go ahead and take a. You know what? We'll keep it here. 38-6. Say we've got a shortened game up there in Hinckley-Finlayson, unfortunately. Last I checked, over in Rush City, the Tigers led over Greenway Nashwauk-Keewatin 22-8. So out of the timeout, it is 3rd down and 4 for Rockridge. Again, a penalty that we didn't quite see. Coombe as the quarterback, 2 receivers each side of the formation, running back to the right. 3rd down and 4, man in motion left to right. Coombe will take the snap. He'll roll out to the right side, and he's looking to take off with it now. He's going to get close to the 1st down marker, if not right at it, at the about 6-yard line. and he'll be short by about a yard. So gain of about 3 there for Coombe, and it's going to be 4th and about 2. Coombe will run in the play from the sideline. A long ways to go. 10 seconds on the play clock as Coombe and company come to the line of scrimmage. They might have to burn another timeout. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and Coombe not going to get it off in time. Another timeout has to be burned by Rockridge. Timeout called by Rockridge. They were not going to get that play off in time. So Rockridge is only going to have 1 left now. And with that timeout, we'll take a quick 30-second break.
CF Moto gives you everything you're looking for in off-road side-by-sides and utility by-sides. Not only does CF Moto offer comfort, but refined performance, and is found at Caswell Cycle and Mora. For those craving big adventures for off-road, CF Moto can help you get out on that next adventure with CF Moto Power Sports. Experience more together. The best place to purchase CF Moto off-road side-by-sides is Caswell Cycle. The fun starts here. Caswell Cycle, Mora. Motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides can be dangerous to operate. Review all product manuals, labels, and safety information before operating. Always wear your safety gear and never operate a CF Moto vehicle under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Visit CFMotoUSA.com for complete training and safety guidelines.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM KBEK. Get you an update from some of our other games. Again, Tigers of Rush City hosting Greenway Nashwauk Keewatin. Score over there is now 30-16 in the 4th quarter. 4th down and a couple here for Rockridge as we come back out of the timeout. 3:20 to go. 2 receivers each side of the formation, running back to the right. Coombe will take the snap. It's a straight drop. He'll look to the left, and it is nearly intercepted, knocked away by Bo Pedersen once again, and that brings up a turnover on downs. So just another good play there by Bo Pedersen, the defensive back, knocking that one away, and it's 1st down and 10. Vikings will take over on their own 8-yard line. Now, we have seen the Vikings go 90-plus yards in a drive. We've seen it go 1 or 2 plays. We've seen them take 10, 12, 15 plays. We'll see what this drive looks like. As we get the running backs out there, Thorson will get the play call on the sideline and now bring it out to the huddle. 3:14 to go, and play clock showing 15 seconds left to hurry it up here. Now 10 seconds on the play clock. Thorson brings his men to the line. Rockridge has somebody get on late. 5 seconds to go. Thorson will take the snap, and he'll hand it off the right side of the line. That time, I believe Logan Rain on the carry. Can't tell if that's 28 or 26. Rain on the carry. And he picks up about 5. So Rain with 5 yards that time, and it's 2nd down and 5. Under 3 minutes here in the 3rd. Brody Mitchell will check into the game. Coming in here for Matt Phillips. Phillips 2 carries on the night, 7 yards. And now we've got a timeout called North Branch. So North Branch calls timeout, and while they take one, we'll take another 30-second break.
Arrowhead Transit, your community, your ride. Arrowhead Transit is proud to support this station and bring you reliable public transportation in your community. Whether you need to get to work, school, or the doctor's office, our friendly drivers and comfortable buses are here to serve you. We're committed to connecting communities and making transportation accessible for everyone. Arrowhead Transit is your community partner in getting around. Arrowhead Transit is a supporting sponsor of the station and is dedicated to supporting our local communities.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM, Jaguars fall to Moose Lake Willow River 48-7 final. Sounds like Moose Lake Willow River was not kind at the end of that game. They threw a pass with 38 seconds to go. So, not ideal there. You don't want to be, with 30 seconds left, you don't want to be throwing a pass when you're up 48-7. That's less than ideal. And in our game, Vikings lead 38-6 over the Rockridge Wolverines. And Thorson and company come to the line of scrimmage. Thorson under center, power T formation. Thorson takes the snap. He'll quickly hand off up the middle. The carry here up towards the 20, and he's taken down near the 25, and on the carry was Hamill. He'll get a new set of downs to the 22-yard line. Gain of 9. Noel spotted at the 23. It'll be a gain of 10. It's a new set of downs, North Branch. As by the time they get this ball snapped, we'll be under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. They break the huddle and make their way to the new line of scrimmage, which is the 23. Thorson, under center, takes a snap. He'll roll and he'll look to throw. Chucking it over the middle to Knospel, who, oh my goodness, it was nearly intercepted. It was dropped at the 40 and then nearly picked off by the defender. Now we got a flag down. Are they going to get Rockridge for? Oh, they can't. They can't get him for the hit, right? Ooh. I don't know about that one. They're going to get Rockridge for hitting a defenseless receiver. I don't know about that. I didn't really see anything on the hit that would have warranted that. I thought it was a pretty clean hit. Well, that's going to move the ball all the way up to the North Branch 38-yard line. Iffy call there. Well, it's a penalty nonetheless. Moves the ball up for North Branch, 38-yard line. Thorson will go back under center after he looked for the pop pass to Knospel. He'll take the snap, and a little bit of commotion in the middle of that field there. And the carry this time by Brody Mitchell. He gets it to the 40, maybe the 41. It's a gain of 3. Mitchell had a 6-yard rushing touchdown in the first half. Thorson under center, 2nd down and 7. He'll take the snap. We got a flag, and this looks like possibly offsides on Rockridge. So it'll be offsides. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. That'll make it 2nd and 2 for North Branch. 1:03 to go on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard. Score is 38-6 here in North Branch. A wet night once again. This time a little bit more than last week. Last week it kind of stopped after the first quarter and a half. Then there was no rain, but this time it started right at kickoff and it has not let up since. So 2nd and 2. Thorson under center. He'll take the snap, and he'll fake the give. He has it this time. Again, Convoy out in front of him, but he's taken down from behind. Another flag down. Ooh. Gets it to the 44. Gain of 10 for Thorson on the carry, but now we've got another flag. I can't imagine this is going to be a horse collar. It's going to be a block in the back on North Branch. Their 4th penalty here in the third quarter alone. And again, another penalty where you just can't have it. A block in the back. If you see his numbers, if you see the back of his jersey, just don't touch him. Now, could that been a block where it was more on the shoulder, less on the shoulder? Yes, it could have been closer, but I'm sure head coach Voss will be telling his team, hey, we can't have those kind of penalties. Checking back into the game will be Matt Phillips. Thorson will take the snap. He'll go back to throw. He's got a man over the middle. It's Hamill. Hamill with the catch inside the 40 to about the 38. Gain of about 17 there for Hamill. We got a man down. So now we got a man down, and unfortunately for North Branch, he looks to be in some pain. We just hope and pray that he's all right. Looks like it is a cramp. They're stretching him out real quickly. So with that, North Branch will come to the sideline, and with that, we'll also take a quick commercial break.
Here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch in North Branch, the area's premier indoor batting cages and training facility. Coaches, when you need space that's air conditioned or heating with enough room to get in some team training, book Here's the Pitch. Fixing swings, catchers using the state-of-the-art machines, breaking in bats, whatever the team needs to dominate next season. Let Here's the Pitch elevate their game. Here's the Pitch in the North Branch Outlet Mall.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer. That signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Are you ready to get back to doing what you love? Whether it's recovering from an injury or preventing one, Wellia Health Sports Medicine Team is here to help. From kids to adults, we specialize in treating sports injuries, including concussions. We're here to get you back to peak performance. Call us today at 320-679-1313 or schedule an appointment through MyChart. Visit welliahealth.org.
Well, the injured player there was Hamill, who made the catch of 17 yards on the pass from Thorson, and he's up under his own power, limping back now to the bench. So hopefully, we hope and pray that he is all right. So Thorson and company come back to the line of scrimmage now at the 39-yard line. First down and 10. 10 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Thorson back under center. Takes the snap. It'll be a pass again. He'll step up in the pocket. Well, he faked it, then chucked it over to the right side of the field to Knopsel. Knopsel at about the 22, trying to break off a couple tackles, and that's where he'll be stopped, is the 22-yard line. A pickup of 17 for Knospel. Another 17-yard catch, and that is going to do it for the third quarter of play. 38-6 is the score on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. We'll be back for the fourth quarter here on Nice 95.5 KBEK after a word from our fine sponsors.
How do you want to be celebrated? A church service, a celebration of life in a chapel, maybe even cremation with an outdoor gathering. Many of these things can be taken care of ahead of time and can be affordable. Methvin Funeral and Cremation has the resources and expertise to help you plan ahead. Learn how you can make the decisions now that will make things easier for your family in the future. Methvin Funeral and Cremation in Mora, Hinckley, Isle, and Sandstone. Or find them online at methvinfuneralhome.com.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM, over on 106.5 FM, AM 1350, Anthem Country, WCMP. Rush City is leading over the Titans of Greenway Nashwauk-Keewatin, but it is close now. Greenway has cut it down to 6. So Rush City with a fourth down and about 3, last I heard. We'll go ahead and check on it. And it looks like it's a turnover on down. So Greenway now has a chance to try and take the lead over Rush City. Here in our game, we're in the fourth quarter of play. North Branch leads the Rock Ridge Wolverines 38-6. We've had 2 finals already, as Chisago Lakes was able to beat St. Anthony Village 28-14. Hinckley Finlayson fell to Moose Lake Willow River 48-7. Switch sides of the field. North Branch will go and try and score in the south end zone. Ball at the, they put it back a little ways to the 23. Well, a yard. So Thorson and company back under center in the power tee. Thorson takes the snap. He'll give up to Logan Rain. Rain's got some room to run to the 20. Carrying a defender past the 15. Now down. They're going to spot him right at the 15. Gain of 8 there for Rain. Be 2nd and 2. Second and 2 after that carry from Logan Rain. Rain was our last week's Pine Insurance Player of the Game. And Thorson and company coming to line quickly. They got 6 seconds now to snap the ball. Thorson under center with 4 seconds. He gets the snap to Logan Rain. Rain will carry it up the middle. He's got the first down and then some, and they'll place him right at the 11. It's a gain of 4 for Logan Rain. Gain of 4 there that time, and North Branch with a new set of downs inside the Rush City Auto red zone. Rush City Auto, those 2 locations, Rush City and here in North Branch. They are Standard Auto and Classics here in North Branch. So first down, and it is technically 10 from the 11-yard line. Under 11 minutes to go here in the fourth. Thorson under center. Reading the defense real quick. Now under center. Takes the snap. And he'll keep it himself off the left side of the line. He's got a ton of blockers in front of him. Rolls over a man into the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings. Ethan Thorson with the 11-yard rushing touchdown. Now makes it a 44-0 game, North Branch. And, you know, North Branch doing the sportsmanlike thing and waiting till 5 seconds left on that play clock to snap the ball. Just taking more time off the clock. 44-6. North Branch with the lead. They will line up to go for 2, obviously. It will not be Thorson who will take the snap. No. Instead, they'll go and line up for the PAT. I didn't realize that Thorson wasn't out there. He's on the sideline. They'll line up for the PAT with Edmonds. Snap spot. Down. It is up, and it is no good. So it'll be 44-6. The score will remain. That was a tough snap. I mean, first of all, in the rain, you got a long snap. You got to be accurate, and it was still a good accurate snap. It just rolled a little bit. The holder did a good job of trying to at least get that one up. He did, and it was just a little bit wide. So again, with the rain, not too surprised that one went a little bit messy, but you know they did a good job of doing all they could for that one. 44-6. North Branch on top of Rock Ridge. We'll line up to kick it away. We'll get an update from that Rush City game. Again, they're in danger of losing their lead to Greenway. Looks like Greenway now possibly inside the red zone there in Rush. Thanks to Tyler Gustafson on the call over there in Rush City. Jacob Edmonds getting ready to boot this one away on another Kettle River Pizza kickoff. We've had plenty of them tonight. And Edmonds waiting the whistle for the okay. There it is. And here's the boot. This one is going to be down to about the 11 where it'll be taken in, up to the 20, now to the 25. Gets past the man at the 30, grinding his way forward, carrying defenders all the way past the 40. Oh my goodness, what a return. Wow. Ball's going to be spotted at the Rock Ridge 41-yard line. So good starting field position here for the Wolverines. Defense gets the play call. We'll see the Rock Ridge offense come back out. Looks like it will be Toman. So it looks like they've been going every other drive for these quarterbacks. Coombe takes one, then Toman. Then Coombe, then Toman, and you get the idea. So 3 receivers will go right, 1 left, running back on the right side of Toman. Toman will take the snap. He'll look to throw. He'll roll out right. He's got some room to run. Instead, he's going to chuck it deep. Coombe is wide open, and he is down to the 1. The 2, 3, 4. They'll spot him at the 4. Is there a flag down? Yeah, there is. So this is coming all the way back. It's going to be holding. Legal man downfield. So legal man downfield is the call, and this big chunk play for Rockridge is coming all the way back. So North Branch let's try in English here, catches a massive break because Rockridge had Coombe wide open. It was a 55-yard catch for Coombe, but it's going to come all the way back and then back even more to the 36-yard line. It'll be 1st and 15. So now that North Branch has seen it, this defense looks like we got mainly backups in, if not all backups. We'll get a second chance to see it and maybe be in better position. So Toman in the gun, 3 receivers right, 1 left. The running back to the right. We'll see if they just don't wind up throwing it from here on out. Low snap for Toman. He's under pressure. He's going to throw it over the middle. It is incomplete. Incomplete there for Toman. It was, again, not the greatest of snaps, and he was under a lot of pressure back there. We'll try and get the name of who was providing the pressure. Providing the pressure was Irvin Weinrich. Number 57, Irvin Weinrich, providing the pressure for North Branch. And it'll be 2nd down and 15. Appreciate North Branch for allowing me to be in the press box here after the first half. They had some room, so they let me in here. I appreciate that. So 2nd down and 15. Toman will take the snap. He'll look to his right. He's under pressure again. Weinrich, and it's going to be intercepted. Weinrich with the pressure, and it's intercepted there by number 16, Austin Schloer. With the INT, but that was all due to the pressure provided by Irvin Weinrich. Irvin Weinrich with the nearly a sack, but great job there by Schloer with the interception. And North Branch will take over. And we'll see some new players in. Clock will roll as it will be running clock as the lead is more than 35. So I will try and get you an update as to who the new players are in there, the backups. This is going to be fun. Try and get these new guys. Under center will be 19, and now we got a whistle. So 19 is the young man, William Dieterman. Dieterman, the new quarterback. Now we got a little bit of a conversation. Not sure what is going on. Rockridge coach not happy about something over there. Is it the clock running or? Well, I mean, it's 35, so the clock has to run. I'm not sure, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, if the lead is more than 35 in the 4th, the clock will run. Well, there's lightning. That will be the game. That's going to be it. That should be it. We'll see. So that's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to end it early because of the lightning. 44-6 is going to be our final. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll be back with the recap of this one and our Pine Insurance Player of the Game here on Nice 95.5 KBEK.
Your journey to a smile you'll love forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners. With locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics, a smile you'll embrace forever.
At Burnett Dairy Cooperative, we're more than just your local dairy. We're also a trusted propane provider, serving homes, farms, and businesses across northwestern Wisconsin and east central Minnesota. Whether you need a tank installed or reliable delivery, we're here for you 365 days a year with flexible options that fit your needs. As a farmer-owned cooperative, we're committed to supporting our community because your home and farm deserve the best. Call 715-689-1032 to learn more. Burnett Dairy Propane, serving you with pride every day of the year.
Pizza Pub in Pine City has a pizza and salad buffet on Fridays.
Not the right vibe. Trav and the gang at Pizza Pub are a little hipper. Here we go. Take two.
Start off your weekend right with the Friday Pizza Buffet at Pizza Pub. From 11 to 1, pile your plate high with all-you-can-eat pizza for just $12, or upgrade to pizza and salad buffet for only $16. And they're now open Friday and Saturday 11 to 11 and Sunday 11 to 10. Pizza Pub, serving fresh pizza every day of the week. Come stop in.
Pizza Pub of Pine City. October is Minnesota Manufacturing Month. The Central Minnesota Manufacturers Association wants to say thank you to all the manufacturing employees and companies. Without you, we would not have a lot of the products we enjoy using every day. Join us at one of our tours of area manufacturers. Tours available this year will be held at Felling Trailers, Brenny Transportation, and New Flyer. Tours feature both in-person and private tours. Learn how to register or attend at cmmaworks.org. That's cmmaworks.org. This message is brought to you by the Central Minnesota Manufacturers Association and bronze sponsors Falcon National Bank, DeZurich, KCED, Meadowcraft, Manufacturers Alliance, and the Minnesota Department of Labor and Industry. More information available at cmmaworks.org.
When it comes to yours or your loved one's end-of-life celebration, there are many options. Find guidance from the professionals at Methvin Funeral and Cremation Services. Church services, celebration of life services at one of their chapels, a ceremony in a park, or even cremation. Methvin has the resources to facilitate everything from start to finish. Methvin Funeral and Cremation in Mora, Hinckley, Sandstone, and Isle, or find them online at methvinfuneralhome.com, serving our community since 1912.
Well, the lightning strike makes it a final with 5:44 to go, unfortunately. That is, you don't want to see that happen, but again, we want to keep the safety of the players in mind as well. So, unfortunately, it does end via the lightning strike over there after, 5:44 on the clock. Try and get a picture of the scoreboard here. It might be as good as I can get, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. That's a little bit better. So 44-6 is the final here in North Branch. The Vikings get the victory over Rockridge. Again, we'll stop early because of the lightning strike. We await our Pine Insurance Player of the Game coming up. I have a feeling I know who it could be, but we'll wait and see who it will be. The Player of the Game will receive the coveted Pine Insurance Player of the Game t-shirt. Pine Insurance, with many locations. Aiken, Pine City are just a few of their locations here for Pine Insurance Agency. Looks like we will get our Pine Insurance Player of the Game. Could be Ethan Thorson. We'll wait and see, though. Does appear that's who it will be. Yes. So we'll have Ethan Thorson come up as our Pine Insurance Player of the Game. And while we get him up to the booth, we'll take a quick commercial break.
Hey, Mark, I spent about $3,500 on heating this last winter.
Whoa, sounds like you need to switch to a central boiler outdoor wood furnace, like I did.
A wood furnace? That sounds like a lot of work.
No, not really. I have my wood delivered, and with a large firebox and a central boiler outdoor furnace, I usually just fill it once a day.
Whoa, that sounds great.
I heat my domestic water, garage, and I'm saving a ton of money every year.
Well, where do I get one?
Northland Boiler Sales is your local central boiler sales dealer. Visit northlandboilersales.com.
A jewelry store.
Nada.
Then it's a thrift store?
Nada.
A pawn shop.
Nada. Another Man's Treasure is not a lot of things. What it is a place to find gently used power tools, hand tools, tires, fishing and hunting gear, motocross gear, and a ton of other cool stuff. Stop by and sell your gently used items, or buy something at a fraction of the price of buying it new. Another Man's Treasure in Becker, Princeton, East Bethel, Rice Lake, Wisconsin, or North Branch. Or visit Another Man's Treasure on Facebook and see what came in today.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM KBK, where I'm now joined by our Pine Insurance Player of the Game. That is Ethan Thorson. Ethan, first of all, congratulations on the win here tonight. Thank you. And you guys, a pretty solid win here tonight, even in the rain. The second week dealing with the rain, but it didn't seem like it affected you guys that much.
Yeah, not much. Just a run-heavy football team. Take care of that ball.
Well, you also passed the ball pretty well. You were, I think 5 for 5 according to my stats, up over 100 yards and a touchdown. I mean, how did it feel out there to get those?
Great. Ball's a little slippery, but still let her flew.
Yeah, you've got some really good guys out there who make some nice catches out there for you. And
couldn't have done it without them, definitely.
And you also ran the ball pretty well. 6 carries, over 150 yards here tonight. But this team is predicated on the offensive line getting its job done. What is it like to be able to play behind this offensive line?
They do everything for you. Couldn't do it without them.
And you got some plethora of running backs that you guys use as well. I mean, what is it like to be able to have, a number of guys that you can hand it off to and they can get it done?
They just go 100% all the time, and they get us there.
Well, now you guys move to 4-0 on the season here, this latest win against Rockridge. How does it feel now to be 4-0?
Feels great. We got to keep going week by week, getting these wins. Keep going.
And you continue with some section play next week before coming back home. But coming up here this week, we see the scoreboard 44-6. That maybe not tells the whole story, especially when you go back and film. What will be some of the things that you guys work on here for next Friday's game?
Just playing together, doing our jobs. That's all. We just got to everyone focus on doing their job, and we'll be good.
This year, this is kind of a new group for this team, kind of a brand new group. The last couple of years has been kind of a continuity of a couple of players, but this year kind of a brand new group. It seems like it has been almost seamless this year, kind of getting to this new group. What has it been like to work with this new set of guys, but also see it kind of be a continuation of what last year was?
It's amazing. These guys, we all just work together so good. I feel like that's what shows our success on the field. We just work together really good.
Absolutely. Well, Ethan, I thank you so much for joining me. Congrats on the win, and congrats on being our player of the game.
Appreciate it.
We'll be back after word from our fine sponsors.
Hi, I'm Samantha.
I'm Ebony.
I'm Megan.
And I'm Alicia.
Together, we're dapper and divine. Whether you're looking for bold color,
fresh cuts, or laid-back vibes,
we're all about hair that feels like you.
At Dapper and Divine, we want you to leave our salon feeling confident,
fun, and effortlessly gorgeous.
Dapper and Divine, on the corner of Main Street, Pine City, across from the Bottle Shop. Right now, get $2 off your kid's haircut till the end of September. Back to school time at Dapper and Divine.
Finding that missing shin guard, remembering whether it's a home or away game, getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things, like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref!
That's simple human sense.
Your local auto owner's agent is Pine Insurance Agency. Visit them at pineagency.us today. pineagency.us.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM KBEK, the Vikings get the victory here, 44-6 over Rockridge. Again, we had to end it at the 5:54 mark of the fourth quarter because of the lightning strike that happened off in the distance, but we got to keep players safe. Looking over in Rush City right now, it looks like they're still live, and I'm not sure if that has gone final, or we'll try and get an update for you over in that game from Rush City. Tyler Gustafson on the call over there. Looks like they're in a commercial break right now, so see if that one hasn't gone final. But here in this one, the Vikings, they show their power on the run game. I mean, not too surprising that they were able to run the ball like they were. It is impressive, though, that the ball did not touch the ground maybe as much as it could have here tonight with all the rain. Looks like the Tigers win over Greenway 30-24. Man, what a game there. So thanks to Tyler Gustafson over there. We'll have to keep an eye on that one. But, I mean, well over 200 yards. I think they were creeping up to 300 yards. Yeah, in fact, they were over 300 yards rushing here tonight. I would love to have gotten an interview with Coach Voss here this evening. We'll see if maybe we can't grab them here, but they get the victory here tonight, 44-6. It was again an impressive victory. The ball did not touch the ground much for North Branch, which is even more impressive because of the rain. And I mean, Ethan Thorson, the ball slippery, you heard him say it, but he went 5 for 5, 120 yards passing, and a touchdown. And I mean, he's got really good receivers in Hamill, Barr, Knopsel even got one. So it's just really impressive how this team moved. Now, one thing that they will have to work on going forward is the penalties. Unfortunately, here tonight, they had 9 in the first half. They had 4 here in the third quarter for a total of 13 penalties. That is not ideal if you are North Branch. That will definitely be something that they will go and say to themselves, hey, we need to get better at that, and we need to go and try and do that a little bit better. I tell you what, we are going to take a quick commercial break, and I'm going to try and go get head coach Voss, see if he can't come up here and get a quick interview. We'll be back after another quick short commercial break.
The Mushroom Melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden French fries and a medium soft drink. It's the Mushroom Melt and Fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W root beer freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
Kettle River Pizza is a proud supporter of sports teams and community organizations. Local groups and teams across the state have had amazing success with Kettle River Pizza fundraising. From sausage and pepperoni to chicken Alfredo or the hot Hawaiian, the cheesy deliciousness practically sells itself. Visit KettleRiverPizza.com to schedule your next fundraiser. It's so easy to get started. Got a pizza craving now? Pick up a Kettle River Pizza at your local grocery store or convenience store today.
Back here on KBEK, Coach Voss in a boot, and he's going to go spend time with his family. So I'm not going to make him come up and try and navigate the boot for him. But again, a great win here for North Branch, 44-6. They will be now 4-0 right here at the midway point of the season. And as we go forward and look at what they got coming up next for them, obviously they will play next Friday, and believe it or not, that's already week 5. I can't believe we're already into week 5 next week, but we are, and next week they'll be on the road, and they'll play against Duluth East. Now, Duluth East is an okay year this year. I think they're about 500 right now, so not a bad year for Duluth East. So they're going to have to go up there on the road. This will be their second road game of the season, and they'll have a tough road trip to Duluth East. Duluth East is going to be a tough team to beat, but North Branch, that ground game has been working for them this year, and it looks like it's just continuing to get stronger as the season goes along. Now, again, penalties, they will have to get cut those down, but defensively tonight, 2 interceptions. Hamill and Schloer got the interceptions tonight for North Branch. I think both of them came from Toman, where I'm not 100% sure on that, but well over 300 yards rushing tonight, over 100 yards passing for Ethan Thorson, and just a great night overall for the North Branch Vikings. 44-6. Fourth quarter was cut short because of lightning, but either way, it does not matter because the Vikings get the victory, 44-6. Well, I appreciate you all for tuning in. It means a lot to me because, well, you keep me with a job. Yeah, you keep me employed. Also want to give a huge shout out to all of our fine sponsors who sponsor this and every other broadcast that we do. It is greatly appreciated. So if you want to stay tuned to all things local sports, be sure to tune in to the morning show on 95.5 FM with Adam Hefty at 7:30 and 8:30 for your local sports, where we'll talk this game, all the other games going on in our local listening area, plus some regional and national sports as well. Another way you can stay tuned is this YouTube. Be sure to like and subscribe to the YouTube. That way, every time that we go live, you'll get the notification, and all you got to do is click on it. It will take you right to the live audio or video. Also, another way to stay tuned is our website at kbek.com. Go to there, go over to the sports tab, click on broadcast schedule. That will have the links for all the games that we'll be at that week. We'll also have coaches' interviews and players' interviews on there as well. And then another great way is our social medias, KBEK on Facebook and Instagram, and our Twitter at QMedia Sports for all things local sports. Again, player of the game picture will be up there, interviews with coach and players, breaking sports news, LOI signings, broken records, all that and much, much more. So be sure to like, follow, subscribe, do whatever you got to do to stay up to date on the latest with local sports. Again, the final on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard, North Branch beats Rockridge 44-6 and is now 4-0 on the season. That's going to do it for me, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I appreciate you tuning in. Thanks to all of our fine sponsors. Remember, you never know what someone is going through, so remember to be kind to everyone. And you never know, that could truly make and change their day, can change the outlook. So let's be kind to everyone. For Nice 95.5 FM, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Have a great rest of your night and a fantastic weekend.
Are you tired of spending your weekends on yard work? Central Outdoor Services in Pine City is your complete solution for all things outdoors. From perfectly manicured lawns to stunning landscaping and patio installations, we've got you covered. Need a boulder wall, some light dirt work, a fire pit, or even reliable snow removal in the winter? We do that too. Central Outdoor Services is here to give you back your free time so you can enjoy your yard instead of working on it. Visit centraloutdoormn.com to learn more or give us a call today.
That concludes our broadcast from KBEK Sports, a Q Media Group radio station, and brought to you in part by local advertisers. For high school sports schedules, scores, and interviews, visit KBEK.com. Catch more local live action all season long, right here on this local radio station, or the Nice 95.5 mobile app, available for free download in the App Store, and multiple Q Media Group YouTube streams. Thank you for joining us. Now back to regularly scheduled programming. Nice 95.5 is KBEK FM, Mora.